handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the Tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle too.
Lane's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dog. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Attention producers, the new year is upon us, and that means it's time to update your display and controller software, which is crucial for optimizing performance and profits. Contact the professionals at Grossenberg Implement today so you can make the most of the enhanced features and farming tools that are currently available. Optimize your efficiency, productivity, and connectivity options with a software update at Grossenberg Implement. Visit one of our 9 locations or go to grossenberg.com for more information. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a checkmark. All in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers!
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the Tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregate, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Attention producers, the new year is upon us, and that means it's time to update your display and controller software, which is crucial for optimizing performance and profits. Contact the professionals at Grossenberg Implement today so you can make the most of the enhanced features and farming tools that are currently available. Optimize your efficiency, productivity, and connectivity options with a software update at Grossenberg Implement. Visit one of our 9 locations or go to grossenberg.com for more information. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
In almost a month's time, we are finally back in the birdcage for high school hoops as the Vermillion Tanagers DAC 12 take on the Baltic Bulldogs and the Big East Conference. Good evening, I'm Heath Nimke, getting you set to begin here on the pregame show. Spencer Buley and Cole Larsch will have your game coverage for this evening. The Baltic Bulldogs, both on the boys and girls team, have shown some great victories so far this season, but at the same time, they've had their struggles. And coming up during our pregame shows for this evening, we'll talk more about what makes these two teams dangerous, but also we will focus a little bit on the weaknesses of these teams. Of course, we're going to sit down with all 4 head coaches here this evening, including John Brooks and Sam Mudson of the Baltic Bulldogs and of the Vermillion Tanagers. A little bit later on, we'll get to the boys' side of things. But first, let's focus a little bit on the Baltic Bulldog girls basketball team as they come in at 4-3 on this season. They opened up back on the 10th with a loss against West Central. I bring that game up because it is the only common opponent that both Vermillion and Baltic have played. Again, Baltic lost, whereas Vermillion got a nice victory. In fact, the Baltic Bulldog team opened up their season 2 straight losses before they have picked up 3 victories, including against former Region 4A opponent Parker, also Esteline Hendricks, and Laverne, Minnesota. By the way, some reports out there show Baltic girls basketball team beat Laverne 45-0. That's not true. It was 45-42. But again, you go back to the one common opponent earlier this season and West Central. And now the Baltic Bulldogs get ready to take on a Vermillion girls basketball team that, let's be honest, they have been in good form as of late. Yes, winning a close game against the Tri-Valley Mustangs, but we won to see something a little bit different from them and just playing to win on Tuesday evening against the Yankton Gazelles. Now, again, going back to what we talked about on Tuesday, that's a Gazelles team that is down, but getting a comfortable victory, 59-23, in which we didn't even see the starters play the fourth quarter. It was that comfortable of a victory for the Vermillion Tanagers. And this is going to be a little bit of an easier stretch over these past 3 games after that Tri-Valley game. You talk about the Yankton Gazelles, the Baltic Bulldogs, who can present a challenge, and also taking a look at Madison coming up next week before back home at Vermillion High School, taking on arch rivals Lennox. Of course, that one's a big game within the region as well. But again, the Vermillion girls are looking extremely comfortable here coming into this game against the Baltic Bulldogs. Again, a quick preview of what we're having coming up on the pregame show, both coaches' interviews, but right now it's time for our first commercial break. When we come back, Spencer Buley and Cole Larsch will hit the mic, and let's talk a little bit more about what's happening within the regions. Yes, it's still early portion of this season, getting closer to the halfway mark, but we're starting to see that jockeying for position when it comes to overall standings, to seed points, and also when it comes to the region and how important it is to win Region 4A, and of course what it's looking like within the DAC-12 conference as well, and of course the media standings. That's all coming up next, and then as we mentioned, we'll get to Coach Sam and Coach John a little bit later on here on the pregame show. I'm Heath Nimke. When we come back, Spencer Buley and Cole Larsch. That is on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Do you have a
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Well, good evening and welcome inside the Birdcage here in Vermillion High School in beautiful Vermillion, South Dakota. Thanks for tuning in to Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Spencer Buley, for what feels like and what just about actually is the first time in almost a month where either Vermillion Tanager team has played here inside the Birdcage. The JV game is just getting wrapped up. It's got 3.5 minutes to go. The Tanager JV team is leading the Bulldog JV team 32-15, so we'll keep you posted on that. Again, you cannot see anymore the action that is going on. As Heath Nimke described, we're going to talk a little bit about myself and Spencer Buley, talk about the media polls, the state of Region 4A and 3A on the girls and boys side. First, let's start off with the girls Class A media poll. Sioux Falls Christian, number 1, 13 first-place votes for them. They are 7-0. Vermillion, number 2, at 6-1. Wagner, number 3, at 5-1. Again, they just took a loss last night to a very good Ethan squad. Makapia Luta, they are 4th at 6-0. They also received 2 first-place votes. Hamlin in 5th at 4-1. Dakota Valley and Elk Point Jefferson also receiving votes. When you look at the region standings, first for Region 3, we're going to look at the Baltic side of things. Flandreau number 1 at 4-3. West Central number 2 at 2-4. Tri-Valley number 3 at 3-2. Del Rapids number 4 at 4-3. Number 5 Baltic at 3-4. Number 6 Madison at 1-7, and number 7 Garrettson at 0-6. As I bring it over to my broadcast partner Spencer Buley. Spencer, you look at Region 3, obviously we saw last year Sioux Falls Christian moved out of Region 3, now into Region 4, and it seems like besides maybe Flandreau at the top, they've got about a solid 2-ish seed point average lead. It's pretty wide open there in Region 3.
Yeah, and especially, you look at this time of the year, it's when you see teams start to separate themselves. So it's tight right now. It's going to be tight going forward, but I do think you'll start to see a little bit of separation between those teams. I mean, it's just really competitive right now. I mean, there's a lot of teams playing a lot of really good basketball. It's interesting to see them all so close and jumbled like that. It'll be fun to follow who's going to separate and win.
Again, we look down at Region 4A on the girls' side of things. Sioux Falls Christian number 1, 7-0, 46.4 seed point average. It is now 33-18 in our JV game under 3 minutes to play. Dakota Valley number 2 at 45.5. Vermillion number 3 at 6-1, 43.667. Elk Point Jefferson number 4 at 4-1. Lennox number 5 at 4-4. Canton and Beersford at 6-7, both at 3-4. Spencer, you look at Region 4, very top heavy, a lot of really good teams in this region, and when I also look at it, 4 of them in the top 7 according to the media poll just in this one region, and need I remind you, only 2 teams can come out of the region.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, in a way, you love to see such a competitive region, but at the same time, with only 2 of those teams being able to make it out of that region, it's a little bit unfortunate because you know that there are going to be some really good teams left at home. But, I mean, this has been such competitive basketball. All 4 of those teams are playing so well right now. And, again, you talk about this point in the year being a separation point where you see some teams start to take off. It'll be really fun to watch them going forward, but, I mean, this has been a lot of fun to follow as of now.
Again, you look at the overall standings here in Class A according to the seed points. Let's get my headset. There we go. Now I can hear myself a little better. The Vermillion Tanagers, they come into this ball game number 10 overall in Class A, 44.143. Again, on that seed point average. So you look at it, 6-1. Number 2 according to the media, but according to their seed points, just based on strength of opponents played, they sit number 2. For Baltic, on the other side of things, 3-4, maybe not as far down as you maybe see a typical 3-4 team, but all the way down to 44th, just based solely on the seed point average. We've got 90 seconds to play here in the girls' JV game. We're going to step aside. When we come back, it is head coach Sam Mustin of the Baltic Lady Bulldogs. That's on the way next. Vermillion Tanagers live ticket TV.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
This is the Vermillion Tanagers pregame show here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. I'm Heath Nimke as we get to our Baltic Bulldogs coaches conversation as we caught up with Sam Munson of the head coach for Baltic, talking about his program that comes at 3-4 overall and starting to pick up some wins. Again, this is a group of girls that only won one game a year ago, but already 3 victories. This team is headed in the right direction. It's a lot because of what Coach Sam has been doing with his program. Now they get ready to take on the Vermillion Tanagers, and he knows it's going to be a tough one, but he has a few key factors that can help his group tonight to try to pull off the upset. Here he is on our pregame. It's Coach Sam Munson of the Baltic Bulldogs on Live Ticket TV. Coach, you're getting ready for take on the Vermillion Tanagers in a big matchup when it comes to tonight's competition. But first, let's take a look at your season so far, and let's take a look at your group. You open up the season already back on December 10th, taking on West Central. In fact, you opened up the season with a couple of losses before finding some wins here as of late. What has it been to start this season off that the girls are starting to come along and starting to find wins for your group?
So the biggest thing coming into a game like Vermillion is, you know what they're going to give them. Obviously, they're a reigning state championship, but to kind of go back to your point, like what gets us going, what we found success in, it kind of goes back until last year. So last year we only won one game as a group in girls basketball. Coming into the season, kind of highlighted the key points of getting into the gym. So whether it's your summer, your off season, in the fall, and kind of competing in these close matches. So a game like Parker, for example, we split them last year 1-1. We ended up winning by 20. So the success that you're seeing is going to a matchup where a game where we should win or go get their number, we're executing and fulfilling that spot. So obviously your winning then becomes a little contagious. And that kind of starts snowballing into win number 2 and the win number 3. So again, kind of understanding the games and the flows of it, but also going out there and doing your job, knowing your responsibilities from the girls' side.
And you talk about it, that success right there, and like you said, only one win last year, and all of a sudden you have more wins than one so far this season. Taking a look at the way things have gone for your group at already 3-4. You don't really have many games during the Christmas break, and then you come out of the Christmas break, are able to get a couple in before this Vermillion game. How has that transition been for your second year as a head coach, dealing with the Christmas break and trying to get the girls back into game flow after the break?
Yeah, so like I said earlier too, I kind of mentioned that we've gone 13 days since our last game over the Christmas break. So from December 21st to our last game from back to Coleman Egan, it's 13 days. It's always tough. So what I try to do, obviously get some shots up and stuff like that so you don't lose the rhythm of shooting. But it's a much live situation of going up and down, keeping up that conditioning is really kind of my focus over that break. Also with that, Coleman Egan came out hot in the game, that first game back, and they had our number. But we were able to respond the following day at 8:30 in the morning in Madison with a win against Laverne.
And it was a nice victory for your group. And taking a look more specifically at players with your team, it always feels like you look at different teams across the state of South Dakota, it's this 2, maybe 3 different girls that you can focus in on that you need to shut down. And if you can shut them down, you'll have a lot of success. But with your group, it's just completely spread out on any given night. And even head coach John Brooks mentioned he's like, on any given night, anyone can go off this Baltic Bulldogs basketball team, and you don't really know who to key in on or who to focus on. Where has that coaching philosophy come as such a group playing effort from this Bulldogs that has made your group successful so far this season?
So with that, that's a great point when you just mentioned that we're kind of evenly spaced. And I talked to my assistant coach and just other coaches around the area or around my team about this. What that leads to is less egos on the team. So it's anybody's night. So when it comes to a good game where the matchup's favorable for a post or whether a guard or maybe one of our shooters, we could have a high score any given night. So with that, again, that creates a balance within our team and also creates trust within our girls. So this is the one thing I'm proud of them going into this season. I don't have to focus in on 1 or 2 girls getting the shots. I just need the whole team, the 5 girls on the court, to do their jobs, and they'll come as it goes. Because I have girls that are capable of having 20 points per night, but they trust within their offense and with their team and their coaches that they will get the job done.
When also looking at your team and trying to be successful, building a program, you get to play against the Vermillion Tanagers, but you also have been picking up a lot more DAC 12 teams. And as you probably heard here in Class A, that is the top echelon conference, if you will, when it comes to the best teams in Class A for girls basketball. How much do you like getting that type of competition week in and week out, playing teams within the DAC-12?
So it's nice. Obviously, iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel. So with this, given that exposure to a high level of basketball, even coming from a smaller Class A school that we are, it opens the door and avenues of what we potentially could do more. So with that, going to a game like Vermillion, first time ever that we're playing them, it creates an opportunity for us to potentially get to that point where we've had matchups against Tri-Valley and Del Rapids. And just recently, over the last couple of years, we picked up your DAC-12 matches against Lennox or even Madison. But having that exposure to these high-level Class A teams can only get us better. Instead of playing small-town B schools, and there's a lot of small-town B schools that are good and really good at basketball, but with this, it sets that bar up higher for us for eventually that will be on the kind of same level or even maybe in the same conference.
It would sure be nice to have the Baltic Bulldogs join the DAC-12 conference, but I will leave that to everyone who decides on those decisions moving forward. So you talk about it, you get to play one of the top echelon teams in the DAC-12. You've already said it, defending state title champions with the Vermillion Tanagers. This is a very fun basketball team to watch if you're a Vermillion fan. But on the opposite side, what have you seen on film? What have you been scouting that you need to try to key on to try to shut down the best you can the Vermillion offense?
The one thing that I've noticed about Vermillion, they did lose some seniors coming back, and they were kind of question marks about how they were going to be. But even from myself, just looking at that last year's team, they're well coached and they have a good philosophy and a good program building there in Vermillion. Or you watch them on tape, whether it's myself or with the girls, they do a good job playing within their offense, and they play at their speed. They're necessarily not a team that's going to drop 80 points on you. They can, right? They can run up the score. But they do their job. They play within their offense, and they know their roles so well. And the main point I kind of want to say is their basketball IQ. Understanding the spacing and the timing on offense and kind of trusting one another. Once it's at that high level, as you see with Vermillion, they can do great things.
When you come into a game like this against Vermillion, no doubt about it, you're big underdogs, but that's not something you're going to focus on. That's not going to, hey, girls, best of luck out here tonight. Hopefully we win. That's not your coaching philosophy. Your coaching philosophy is getting the most out of them. So what are the key points that you want to see from your group tonight going up against Vermillion?
Yeah, so the key points I want to see with my girls is try to get them out of rhythm, get them out of that flow. Then your second chance opportunities, if you can be aggressive on that side, get some girls into foul trouble, make it a different game, play it kind of our speed and control the game, that's where you can ruffle some feathers within that.
Once again, that is head coach Sam Munstead here on the pregame show talking about his Baltic Bulldogs, and Sam now in his second year with the Baltic program and just a phenomenal coach to talk to, and as he kind of alluded there, just continuing to build this program for Baltic, and he kind of hinted it as well. Again, there has been talks that Baltic would like to make the move into the DAC-12, but Baltic is also going to be very realistic with you and say, hey, we're maybe not quite there yet, but that community continues to grow. Again, has made that jump up into Class A over the past couple of years here, and now competing, trying to go up against some of the top teams in the DAC-12. And speaking of some of the top teams in the DAC-12, we know that Vermillion is one of those. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to sit down with head coach John Brooks and talk about the victory over the Yankton Gazelles and how he tries to focus in on this Baltic team, which, as we already alluded to, can sometimes be hard to scout because on any given night, you never know what you're going to see from the Bulldogs. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a checkmark. All in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Agriculture is like no other business. which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
This is the Vermillion Tanagers pregame show here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. I'm Heath Nimke as we're getting you set on the pregame show for our doubleheader tonight between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Baltic Bulldogs. It's time to get to our conversation with head coach John Brooks after his team picked up a 59-23 victory over Yankton, now turning their attention to the Baltic Bulldogs. And it's been some time since the Vermillion girls were last back at home. How nice does it feel to be at home? What's the scouting report on the Bulldogs? And how do they get ready for what is right now a downturn when it comes to their schedule, when it comes to maybe competition, and how things are going to ramp up again very, very quickly? Here he is on our pregame show. It's head coach of the Vermillion girls, John Brooks. Coach John Brooks getting set to take on the Baltic Bulldogs, but as we always do, let's first review that game against the Yankton Gazelles. There was a lot of talk that you guys would come out and handle your business, be professional about it, and handle the Gazelles. And that's exactly what you were able to do. But going back to our previous interview, you said play to win, just have some fun out there. We know what Tanager basketball is. Did you see that from the girls on Tuesday evening?
You know, I think you can always set the tone just with your energy, your defense, and you know, you can usually tell how focused your team is just, you know, are they following the scouting report and the game plan defensively? And I thought we were really good there for the first half. Our kids came out with really good energy. They did a really, really nice job on Wolfgram. We were rebounding and running in transition early, getting everybody involved. So, you know, you kind of told the girls beforehand, if you just get in the game and play hard and like I said, play physical, defend, rebound, your offense will come. And I thought that was kind of the case there. One end of the floor led to the other end of the floor for us. So really happy with the way the girls responded after the Tri-Valley game.
Take nothing away from the Yankton Gazelles, but it has happened several times throughout your career where you go into halftime, already up by 30. We know the end result of this game. Everybody knows the end result. There's going to be no comeback here. You're going to either win or lose the game. So on the flip side of you're going to win that game by halftime as you're heading to the halftime locker room. What are you saying to the girls to keep them motivated, to keep them firing on all cylinders coming out in the second half when you know the game's already over with?
Well, I think, you know, our message was no one kept the scoreboard, and if you're in the game, your job is to play hard and execute. And it's my job as a coach to determine when, you know, to kind of call the dogs off, so to speak. But, you know, we went back out to our starters, so we're going to give them some minutes just at the beginning. But, you know, our expectation is to go out there and keep executing. And then the best thing, you know, the nice thing about some of those games is you get the younger kids experience. You get them on the floor. And we got to get everybody in the game. We had a lot of Izzy, Shay, and Sydney all hit a bucket, and that was their first varsity points of their career. So some fun milestones to kind of check off the list for them, and those are fun things to celebrate in the locker room afterwards.
So that being said, in that third quarter, I thought the girls did a really good job on all facets of executing just like you need them to do, except they weren't scoring a whole lot of points. Again, with a running clock, everything moves a whole lot quicker. Is that maybe something you're not as worried about? Like, hey, we're not scoring a whole bunch like we were in the first half, but we also don't need to, as long as everything else is being executed. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, you know, I think it's just, are you continuing to play the right way? You know, sometimes in those games you can tend to get sloppy, or kids want to maybe one pass and just kind of do their own thing and try to get a bucket or shoot it. You know, it's stay disciplined, keep running stuff the right way. If shots go in, great. If they don't go in, that's, as long as we're getting good looks, that's all we're asking for every time down the floor. So even though we weren't scoring there in the first part of the third quarter, still happy with the way the girls played.
Well, now getting ready for the Baltic Bulldogs, a team that has been in Class A for a few years now, also part of the Big East Conference. There's always been rumblings that maybe Baltic would like to make a move into the DAC-12. Certainly their schedule for both the boys and girls is starting to show a lot more DAC-12 teams. What do you think about another new pickup for the Vermillion Tanager girls and playing a team you've really never seen before or haven't seen in recent memory?
Yeah, this is our first time playing Baltic, so that's something that we talked about with Scouting Report yesterday with the girls. Is it's kind of new for everybody, and they've been a Class A now team for, like we said, 3 or 4 years, and our AD talked with their AD is that they're going to stay Class A. I think it's they're a growing school, a growing community, and it's built a new gym, but maybe a whole new high school. So anytime you can find those A schools within an hour of you that we take it on the schedule, that's a good thing for us. So I'm excited to have them on the schedule, and like I said, first time playing them. So, we kind of told our girls we just got to take care of ourselves again tonight. We'll try to make adjustments with the Scouting Report as we can throughout the game, but we just got to go out there and play our game from the start, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, speaking of the Scouting Report, for you as a head coach, not necessarily focusing on the girls, how tough is it? Because, there's some information out there about Baltic, but one thing that is known is this team very balanced scoring, but no one is scoring in double figures. They average just over 31 points per game. What should we expect from them on your take offensively?
Yeah, that's kind of the one thing that we have seen on film is all 5 of their kids are willing to score. They don't really have a go-to kid. Maybe looks like number 10, Courtmeyer, is the one kid that is pretty aggressive, shooting it from the outside. She's 5'10", she's athletic, she gets to the hoop. They got 2 quick guards with her as well. So, they rely on their press. They get in their 1-2-2 press. They're trying to turn teams over and run in transition. Then anybody that has an open shot's willing to take it. So you just you got to stay good with your man-to-man defensive shell principles and be ready to guard everybody.
When it comes to being back home at the Birdcage, how nice is to be back home after it seems like we've been away for almost a month's time?
Yeah, it feels like it's a long time. I said to the girls, I think last time we were here was West Central. So we're excited to be back. And it's, even though we played the Classic at USD, it's still nice to be in our home gym. So, kind of hitting those games in January. We're going to start getting some home games here in this month, and this is the first one. So I know our girls are excited to get back on our main floor.
Coach, before I let you go, you are in a little bit of a weird stretch right now where you played the Yankton Gazelles, Baltic, and Madison. Historically, again, teams that have been on the downside when it comes to their records. And after you get done with playing Madison, you have Lennox, Elk Point, Jefferson, and a rebounding Del Rapids team. How do you make sure the fire continues over these next 2 games and carries into those big matchups of Lennox and Elk Point, Jefferson?
Yeah, it's about a lot of it is just some of them just our practice habits. We got to practice. We're not going real long in practice once you get to this point in the year, but we got to practice hard and you got to get prepared for every single game. And that was our message here heading into our game tonight is it doesn't matter the opponent. We got to have our expectations, both individually and as a team, what we want to accomplish. And we got to go out and execute and do those things. If we want to start gaining momentum and all those things towards February, it starts now with these games in January. So we're excited to get on the floor and play well again tonight.
Once again, that is head coach John Brooks here on the pregame show. Now we go back to that pregame interview that was recorded earlier this morning. John Brooks is a game-time decision, if you will, when it comes to coaching. He is certainly under the weather right now. You could kind of hear it in his voice. And with us not knowing at the very moment, we're about to find out if head coach John Brooks is going to come out of the locker room and if he is available tonight to coach. Otherwise, he certainly has some long-time great assistants, state championship winning assistant coaches that can certainly carry the girls to victory tonight over the Baltic Bulldogs, or do the Baltic Bulldogs have an upset? Cole Larsch and Spencer Buley are on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club press box.
Welcome back inside the warm and cozy birdcage where it might be cold and windy and snowy and rainy outside, but it is always a nice and calm 70 degrees here inside the Birdcage. Let's meet the starting lineups first for the visiting team on the scoreboard. The Baltic Bulldogs out of the Big East Conference. Starting at guard, a 5'7" junior, number 4, Meredith Larson comes into the ball game, averaging 9 points and 5 rebounds a contest. At guard, a 5'3" junior, number 5, Kate Bauman, 3 points, 2 rebounds for her coming in on the season. At forward, a 5'10" sophomore, number 10, Harper Kortemeyer, 8 points, 4 rebounds a ball game for her. At forward, a 5'8" junior, number 12, Caitlin Pickett, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists for her coming into the season. And their final forward, a 5'6" senior, number 22, Holland Kortemeyer, 2 points, 3 rebounds for her a ball game. The assistant coach of the Baltic Bulldogs is Kayla Kapler, and the head coach is Sam Muston. They come in 3-4 on the season, 40.2 points per game, 48.8 allowed on average per ball game. And they came in out of Region 3A, just to the north of Sioux Falls. The starting five for the Vermillion Tanagers has yet to change this season. A 5'8" senior guard, number 1, Casey Hansen, right around 15 points, 5 rebounds a ball game for her. Guard, a 6' senior, number 5, Maya Halverson, 3.5 points a ball game for her. At guard, the Mighty Mouse, 5'5" freshman, number 11, Taylor Roovers, about 12 points, 6 assists a ball game on average for her. At guard, a 5'8" senior, number 12, Madigan Wolen, 3 points, 60% free throw shooter in the season for her. And at guard, a 6'1" senior, number 33, Brooke Jensen, about 18.7 boards a contest. Doug Hansen, Carrie Jensen, Kelly Knutson are the assistant coaches. The head coach, whether he's sick or not, he is here inside the Birdcage. John Brooks, he has made his appearance. He is now sitting. He's walking out now. He's going back to the Vermillion bench. 6-1 on the season are the Vermillion Tanagers. Number 2 in the prep media poll. Number 10 in Class A according to seed points. Number 2 in Region 4A according to their seed points. Baltic Bulldogs wearing their road blue uniforms, letters and numbers in yellow with yellow and black trim. The Tanagers in their traditional home whites, letters and numbers in red with black trim as well. The tip is up. Kortemeyer and Halverson, and Wallen has it on the right wing for the Tanagers. They will start with possession going right to left on your screen. Again, thanks for tuning in. I'm Cole Larsch alongside me. Spencer Buley got you covered for the entire doubleheader here tonight. Inside, but Jensen off the glass and good for 2. Quick start for Jensen here in the ball game. 2-0 lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. Tanagers drop into some full court pressure. It's turned over, up ahead. Lay-in is good by Taylor Roovers. 4-0. Quick lead, that 1-2-2 zone press by the Vermillion Tanagers being put on. Larson has it now all the way to the far side as we see it. Holland Kortemeyer looking inside to pick it. And quickly we get a whistle and a held ball, so possession will stay with the Baltic Bulldogs. 7:15 to go. .40 score, 26 on the shot clock for Baltic. Bowman kicks over, Harper Kortemeyer for 3, right wing, lets off the mark and no good. Rebound to Maya Halverson of the Tanagers. Tanagers want to push, quickly up ahead. Hansen lost it for a moment, now we're going to swing it up top to Roovers. A little bit of a 1-2-2 zone here in the defensive side for Baltic. Starting to see that more prevalent, either a 1-3-1, 1-2-2, or a 3-2. Those last two pretty similar, whatever you want to call them. Again, essentially all doing the same thing, trying to clog up the middle. Inside Halverson, partially blocked away that time by Holland Kortemeyer. Rebound to Meredith Larson for the Bulldogs. Up ahead, that's Harper Kortemeyer looking inside to Holland, and it's stolen away loose, and Jensen gets the loose ball. 6:23 to go first quarter. Roovers crosses inside. Floater rims out no, and rebound is kicked out to Harper Kortemeyer. After those 4 quick points by Vermillion, but it was slower offensive pace. 6:10 to go, still 4-0. Quickly up ahead, lay-in is off the mark and no good by Larson. Offensive rebound by Holland Kortemeyer. Her shot blocked away by Jensen. First block for her. And the ball goes out to Casey Hansen, who will cross the Tanager logo, going right to left. Roovers inside Jensen, 8-footer for her. That's off the mark and no. Rebound to Meredith Larson, now her second of the ball game. 5:45 to play here in quarter number 1. Bauman has it. They look inside now. Back out, little in and out game. Harper Quartermeyer for three. Got it to go. First 3 points for her of the ball game. Comes in just a 21% three-point shooter in the season, but gets lots of volume. A lot of shots being put up by Quartermeyer from deep. Rubers dribbles free throw line. My apologies, Spencer Buley.
I was just going to say, Cole, that was big for them, and especially for Quartermeyer as well. Comes in, as you mentioned, she's going to fire from three a lot. And that right there from Taylor Rubers, Cole, was what we saw a lot of against Yankton. She was hitting some NBA-level threes.
7-3, steal, lay in, no. Offensive rebound put back by Rubers, also off the mark and no good. But a foul is going to be called, and 2 free throws upcoming for the Vermillion Tanagers. Kate Bauman, first personal. Now we get a full timeout called by head coach Sam Mustin. We're going to step aside, take it with him. Back to the birdcage in 60 seconds.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the birdcage. Vermillion Tanagers taking on the Baltic Bulldogs in a Class A clash. Morris Thomas checked in at the timeout. First free throw for Rubers is off the mark and no good. Morris Thomas, 5'10 senior center, checked in. And Halverson went out. Second free throw for Rubers is good. Now 6 points for her so far in the ball game. Leads all scoring. It is 8-3. 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Quickly a steal by Casey Hansen up ahead. Rubers count the bucket and the foul for Taylor Rubers. Good pass, good find. What a finish there by Taylor Rubers.
Yeah, Vermillion took that timeout, and it seems like right back to where they started this quarter. Cole, you talked a little bit about starting really hot there and then kind of hitting a decline in which it actually became a one-point ball game at one point after Quartermeyer hit that three-pointer. But right out of the timeout, right back to where they started, forcing some turnovers here out of the press defense.
In that 1-2-2, about a three-quarter court zone press. Pass tipped away by Wallen, go out of bounds in about the second row. 11-3 again, 8-point ball game.
And Baltic's having a tough time with that press right now. Almost kind of thankful for them that pass was tipped out of bounds by Madigan Wallen because they allowed them to get the possession in their own front court.
Quartermeyer inside, ball is poked away, and Wallen comes up with it. Credit her with her first steal of the ball game, 11-3. Jensen up ahead, kicks out to Hansen. Wallen left wing inside Thomas. She'll take a dribble, turnaround jumpers off the mark, no. But a whistle and a foul, so Amara Thomas will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
A good find inside by Thomas. It looked like the back two defenders for Baltic just left just enough space. Right now, Vermillion's doing a really good job of attacking the low part of this zone where there's only two defenders. As you mentioned, Cole, it's kind of a 3-2 or a 1-2-2, however you want to call it. But Vermillion's doing a really nice job of getting the ball into the short corner, and it's creating a lot of opportunities inside.
Kaya Lendertz checks in for Baltic. Amara Thomas on the season, 1 for 6 from the free throw line. Now 2 for 8. First points the ball game for her. Comes in averaging a point and a half on the season for the Vermillion Tanagers, and it's up to a 9-point lead, 12-3. And now quickly to the way they're going to say that Larson stepped out of bounds on the sideline, so turnover and possession back to Vermillion. Again, checking in out of that last free throw, number 2, Kayla Lendertz, a 5'2" sophomore guard. Checks in one of 2 subs that head coach Sam Musson will primarily use here in the ball game. Jensen, her shots up and no good. Amara Thomas with the offensive rebound. Kicks out Jensen, looks inside to Wallen. Pass tipped, now back out. Roovers, top of the key at the 10-foot line. Going to be short, no good. Falls into Jensen's lap for the offensive rebound. Back out to Wallen. Wallen kicks out. Right wing three, Hansen off back iron, no. Brooke Jensen with the rebound. Her floater up and good. 4 points now for Brooke Jensen. A lot of offensive rebounds there on that possession.
Yeah, one of them just kind of fell right into Jensen's lap, but then that other one, that's just her size inside. Right now, I don't think Baltic has anyone on the floor that's being physical enough on the defensive end to out-rebound Brooke Jensen, and if they don't start putting a body on her, this could be a long night.
Wallen up ahead, lay in off the glass, off the back iron, and falls. 16-3 very quickly here inside the birdcage. And after this, for the girls' team, going to take about a 4-day break. And on Tuesday, they will travel up to Madison. And on Thursday, they will host Lennox. Casey Hansen up ahead off the glass and good for two. Timeout called by Baltic. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them back to the birdcage in 30 seconds.
In times like
Welcome back.
It's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the birdcage. 18-3 out of the timeout by head coach Sam Mustin. It is his second timeout. He'll have 3 remaining. Scoreboard says 4, but I'm fairly certain that he called the first one right at that free throw. So with 3 minutes to go, 15-point ball game, 18-3. Lexi Hansen checked it onto that timeout. She already has a steal to her name. Up ahead, Casey Hansen. Her lay-in is no good. And the rebound to Meredith Larson, her third. Larson now tries to back it out. Again, Tanager's in there 1-3-1 like we see them a very vast majority of the season. Turnaround jumper off the mark by Caitlin Pickett is no good, but a foul called on Amara Thomas, first personal and the first team foul. So Pickett at the free throw line.
Claude talked a little bit earlier about how Vermillion was doing a great job on the offensive end, but I'll tell you what, their defense right now in the full court press has been what's creating most of their offensive opportunities. Right now it's they're forcing a turnover after turnover, and when they're doing that, Baltic is overstretched and they're out of position, and so Vermillion can just easily find an offensive player who's trailing towards the basket. I know it didn't result in points that last time, but I mean, another look for Casey Hansen there underneath the hoop.
Both free throws by Pickett off the mark, no good. Came in 65% free throw shooter on the season. As a team, they shoot 64 of 109 for 58% on the season. Jensen, a couple nice moves, and then goes inside. 6 points for her. Now in the ball game, 20-3, 2:15 to play in the first quarter. Kortemeyer looks inside to Larson. Larson spins through contact, no whistle. They're going to say ball out of bounds, so possession will stay with Baltic. Holland Kortemeyer will check in for Baltic, and Maya Halverson is in for the Vermillion Tanagers.
That's got to be a relief for Baltic to see Brooke Jensen check out. I mean, look back at that last possession. That was just simply size over size. Sadie Holt, the 5'6" junior, trying to guard Brooke Jensen down low. No chance that Jensen with an open look over a defender is going to miss from that close very often.
Holland Kortemeyer tries putting a good move on and banks one off the side of the backboard, no good. Thomas with the rebound. Roovers coast to coast. Her 8-footer is off the mark, no. But the Mighty Mouse scrapping for her own offensive rebound. Now right wing 3 is off the mark and no good. Ball is loose. They're going to say last touched by Meredith Larson, as that time Maya Halverson got it and just chucked it back in. Says, here, this one's going to go off you, and we're going to keep possession. Inside, Halverson, right off the inbound pass, is Her shot's no good, and rebound to Meredith Larson, who quickly lost it and got it stolen away by Roovers. Roovers saves it from going out of bounds to Lexi Hansen. Hansen tries kicking it back out to her sister Casey, stolen away. Credit the steal to Kyle Lendertz, first one for her. Coast to coast quickly. Baltic has their pass tipped out of bounds and into about the 6th row of the student section, as Kate Bowman and Caitlin Pickett will check in. As I failed to find Kelly Pfeiffer once again. I don't know if you're keeping up with that on Twitter, but
I do, actually. I do. I
had an 11-4-3 lead, and I'm now down 16-14-9. I've got 14. So a tough look for me, but I've got an excuse. Basketball season. I've been plenty busy here in the past 3 weeks. But again, a month ago, I had an 8-point lead. Nope, that's not, the math isn't right. 7. I was up 11-4, and now I'm down. Now it's 16-14. I'm down. Tough look. I'm struggling a little bit. 1:05 to go as Tanagers get the possession on the turnover, 20-3. Here in quarter number 1, again, I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Spencer Buley. It was close early, 4-3, and now it's been all Vermillion. So now we're going to get a shooting foul called on the Bulldogs. Holland Kortemeyer, first personal, and the 4th team foul called on Baltic. Halverson at the free throw line. First one, no good. Tanagers now 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Halverson at this point in the season, these are her first free throws. Second one is up, also off the mark, no good. 3 for 7 now from the free throw line. Sadie Holt, again, recently checked in out of the free throws earlier with the rebound. Bowman looks inside. Kortemeyer can't leave her that open, but rare miss from the free throw line, off back iron, no. Roovers gets the rebound, coast to coast. Lay-in is good for Taylor Roovers. 11 points out of the Vermillion 22 here in the first quarter. Again, 22-3.
She's beating them with speed mostly right now. I mean, really the whole Vermillion team is winning with speed right now, but Roovers especially, even on the defensive end. I mean, we've seen her poke a couple of balls away at the top of the key for some steals, and she's converted them mostly into points because nobody can track her down.
2 quick turnovers. Baltic's got it with 8 seconds. Long 2 off the back of the iron, and no for Holt. Rebound goes out of bounds. They're going to say it will stay with the Bulldogs. 4.8 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Bowman to throw it in. Lobs it up to Kortemeyer, almost has it poked away. Now gets it back, right wing 3, off back iron, no. Thomas with the rebound, and that is how the first quarter will end. 22-3 your score after 8 minutes of play. We're going to step aside, back with the second quarter on the way next. Vermillion Tanagers live ticket TV.
Company H.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
(22-3) your score after 1 quarter of play. Thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers live ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Spencer Buley. And Spencer had full coverage for you on Tuesday as the Tanagers got the doubleheader win over Yankton. 2 big games for the Tanagers, both teams only with 1 loss. Tanagers will start with the ball. Baltic drops into a See if I can decipher what kind of defensive zone this is. As right wing, quick three. Taylor Roovers is good. 14 points now in the ball game already for Taylor Roovers. And now credit her with a quick steal. Halverson's got it. Left-handed lay-in off the glass. And good for 2. Very quickly, 5-0 quarter score. Not even 30 seconds gone here in the second. Quickly, Kortemeyer gets the lob. High off the glass. Underhanded and backwards, no good. Jensen with the rebound. Gets it over to Roovers. Roovers to Wallen. Jensen looks inside to Halverson, lost it but got it back. Couple dribbles inside. She'll try powering through, and now a jump ball called as I bring in my color analyst Spencer Buley. Spencer, can you decipher what Baltic's doing here defensively? It seemed to be like a 2-2-1 almost.
Not at this point. I mean, I feel like we had it figured out in the first quarter early. I haven't paid enough attention here closely in this second quarter to their defensive movements, but I'll keep an eye on it, Cole, and I'll buzz you when I think I have a clue.
They've definitely changed something, and I just can't quite seem to have it, but Tanager's also been in quite a bit of quick transition offense as well, so maybe they just haven't been able to get set. Caitlin Pickett, there we go. Second personal and the first team foul of the quarter for the Bulldogs. Roovers, first free throw, good. Now 2 for 3 in the ball game for her. The Tanagers are 4 of 8 as a team, and Roovers has 15. And well over her season average of 11.8. Second one off, back iron and no. Rebound controlled by Brooke Jensen, kicks out. Casey Hansen for 3, got it to go. Casey Hansen with the right wing 3, first one for her, and it's a 28-point game, 31-3.
Teams are going to have to start to learn to guard the Vermillion Tanagers, not just around the perimeter, but a couple feet behind the perimeter. I know that one was more of a standard 3, but just after calling that Yankton game and seeing the way they shot the ball in Yankton, and now this display of three-point shooting as well, I mean, just Roovers has now hit a couple from 3-4 feet from behind the arc. This is going to be something that opposing teams are going to have to take note of when playing Vermillion.
Quick shot off the mark by Kortemeyer is no good. Brooke Jensen with the rebound. Now 5 rebounds in the ball game for her. 6:30 to go. Underneath, Halverson can't get that shot to fall. Rebound fought for by Wallen, but she was out of bounds. So possession back to the Baltic Bulldogs. 6:26 to play.
And Cole, I think back to my last point, that might be what we're seeing with Baltic's defense, is they might be trying to shift more girls up towards the top of the key in order to try and prevent some of that three-point shooting.
Roovers with the steal and the assist. Jensen off the glass and good for 2. She's got 8 points. It's now 33-3. 6:04 to go in the second quarter. And now quickly another steal. Jensen with her second. Kicks up, Roovers, kicks out. Hansen, right wing 3, off back iron, no. Meredith Larson with her 5th rebound. And now we're going to get a loose ball foul going to be called. Casey Hansen, first personal. Inside, Kortemeyer can't get her shot to fall, but she was fouled from behind by Halverson, so she will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. Third team foul now on the Tanagers with 5:44 to go in the second. Caitlin Pickett at the free throw line. First one's up and good for her. She's now 1 of 3 from the line. First point for her in the ball game. First point for Baltic in the second quarter. Second one is also up and good. John Brooks, through his illness, calling some offensive sets. Again, it just appears that Baltic has dropped back into their normal zone. Maybe modified it there a little bit at the quarter break. As Jensen's shot is no good. Rebound to the Bulldogs. 5:20 to play in the second quarter. Again, 33-5 your score. Now a loose ball foul going to be called as Jensen got her arm caught.
Yeah, this is what you don't want to do if you're Vermillion here. You don't want to get into foul trouble. You don't want to start sending Baltic to the line. I mean, next foul does it, but there's no reason to to make this game any slow down the rhythm at all or anything like that. You're shooting the ball so well. Just rely on your offense here. If anything, at this point, just let Baltic shoot the ball at worst case and just know that you're going to go down and score points to nullify it.
Three-pointer off the iron and no good and out of bounds. So possession back to the Vermillion Tanagers. Kyle Leonards and Sadie Holt will check back in for the Bulldogs. As again, Heath Nemke, watching the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, big Irish guy, is Mr. Nemke. I can about imagine he's pretty happy with it right now. They just forced Penn State into a punt.
Why is Heath Nemke a big Irish guy?
I don't know. Why is he also an Eagles fan?
I
get the Notre Dame because when you grow up in rural Iowa like he did, you turn on to the main channels and NBC's always got the Irish on.
All right. Heath, if you're tuned in, let me know.
Don't count on that. Again, he's tuned into this game right here. The Fighting Irish against the Nittany Lions in the Orange Bowl. 4:23 to play first quarter. Tanagers looking inside, good ball movement. One dribble and pull up for Brooke Jensen, now in double figures. 10 points for her in the ball game. Quickly, 35 points for Vermillion. We haven't even played 1.5 quarters yet.
Right. This is going to be probably a running clock here as we hit second half, but I've been really impressed with Brooke Jensen's ability to shoot through contact here tonight. I know that at some points during the season it's been not exactly automatic when she's been encountering some physical play underneath, but she's done a really nice job tonight of fighting through contact, getting some nice buckets underneath.
Offensive foul and an illegal screen going to be called on Holland Kortemeyer. Second personal for the 5'6" senior. And the second team foul on the Bulldogs. 35-5, 4 minutes to go in quarter number 2. Halverson has it right wing, looking inside of Jensen baseline. Now to Roovers, kicks out. Casey Hansen left wing, 3, got it to go. Casey Hansen, good ball movement once again by the Vermillion Tanagers. And now 33-point ball game, 38-5.
Yeah, it's really pretty to watch here on the offensive end. I mean, it's just quick pass after quick pass. You can tell it's John Brooks' cue to work the offensive system here. You don't need to go down and start working on open gym jump shots from 5 feet beyond the arc if you don't have to. I know that they're hitting those right now, but you got open gym time to work on that, but you don't always have game situations to fire off offensive systems and see how you can move the ball and develop really good quality shots.
Well, from the baseline by Meredith Larson off the mark, and now we're going to get an offensive rebounding foul going to be called on Baltic. That'll be their third team foul, third on Holland Kortemeyer. Subs for both squads. Caitlin Pickett and Kate Bowman check in for the Bulldogs. Lexi Hansen and Amara Thomas in for the Tanagers. Again, both teams just use a 7-man rotation for the most part throughout this season, as Riley Leonard takes the field for the Irish at their own 11-yard line. Roovers, all 3 referees had the exact same foul called. Everybody lets out a little chuckle, and they're going to report it. Third personal on Pickett, and the fourth team fouls. Roover got the shot, looked over like, I just got hit in the head. Where's the foul? And they were all there, all on top of it.
And I'm wondering if I guess there may have been a slight delay in the whistle, but wonder if kind of all 3 of them were like, that was so obvious the other guy's going to call it maybe for a second. But, yeah, it's pretty clear there. Pickett caught Roovers right on the top of the head.
We got a really good angle at us because, as you see on your screen right now, we're sitting over on about the left side, just inside the weight room. As a second free throw is good for Roovers, 16 points for her. 5 of 11 are the Tanagers from the free throw line. So if you want to be nitpicky, there's one thing that the Tanagers could improve on after this one. Out of the steal of Brooke Jensen, Tanagers a couple errant passes, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover and possession to the Baltic Bulldogs. 2:45 to go in the second quarter. Bowman over to Holt for 3 is off the mark, right side, no good. but an offensive rebound controlled by Lendertz. 3-ball left corner, got it to go for number 10, Harper Quartermeyer. 6 points for her now in the ball game, all from beyond the arc. Casey Hansen will bring it up for the Tanagers. Jensen, right wing 3, off back iron, no. Rebound controlled by Bowman. First of those for her in the ball game. Lendertz thought about the 3. Now she'll drive. 10-footer off the iron and off the mark. Rebound controlled by Holt, but her shot may have been partially tipped around. And the rebound controlled by Roovers, now her 4th in the ball game. Casey Hansen, left wing 3 quickly the other way, no good. Roovers hustled for the rebound, can't quite get it after her own tap out of bounds.
Yeah, Cole, if we were being nitpicky, again, it's been an incredible game by Vermillion, but, the offensive rebounds here are starting to get away from them a little bit. Baltic with 2 possessions in a row now with multiple opportunities. Just gotta stay focused here. You only got 2 minutes left here in this half. Play it hard, hit that second half running clock, and hit the ground running.
1:45 to go in the first half. Baltic has it again going left to right in their away blue uniforms. Shot out by Holland Quartermeyer, blocked away by Amara Thomas. Roovers pass through about 3 sets of hands. They're going to say tipped out of bounds, last touched by Harper Quartermeyer. So possession will stay with with Vermillion.
Yeah, really nice block on the defensive end there for Amara Thomas. And, you look at this team and how well they've been shooting the ball recently. The defensive end especially is where great shot there by Thomas. But I was just going to say, averaging 1.5 points per game, one of the areas where she can really find a role on this team is defending the block and being that force underneath, that kind of centerpiece of this Vermillion defense. But obviously, great shot there. If she gets the shooting rolling, it could be money for her.
43, 8:18 to go in the second quarter. Again, Vermillion Tanagers live. First half of the Class A clash between the Tanagers and the Bulldogs here inside the Birdcage for the first time in nearly a month. I believe the West Central game was the last game in here. Casey Hansen, fader from the right wing, got it to go. 11 points now for Hansen in the ball game. 38-point lead for the Tanagers.
Yeah, and if you're Baltic there, if you're Sam Mustard, you cannot be unhappy with that defensive possession. You played tight. You didn't let the ball inside. You slowed down some of that ball movement from Vermillion, but, the shooting's so well right now, it's just unlucky on the defensive end.
About 8 seconds separate shot clock and game clock, so Tanagers will have to get a shot off before the first half buzzer sounds. Roovers drives middle, through a couple outstretched arms, no good. Fights for her own offensive rebound, and she will save it from going on a bounce, her 5th rebound. Did not hit the rim, so shot clock still low. Amara Thomas with the pull-up from the right side, and that one's good. 5 points now for Amara Thomas. Quick 3 left wing. That one's off the mark. Harper Quartermeyer. Don't think she realized how much time was left, but that is how the first half will end. 48-8. Your first half score. We're going to step aside when we come back. Stats and analysis. Scores from around the state of South Dakota. That's on the way next. You're watching Tanager basketball on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then Then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you'll learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for low-gun equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the Birdcage. First half action of the girls' side of the first half of the doubleheader. Thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV. Your score after one half of play, 48-8 in favor of the Vermillion Tanagers. First half stats, first for the visiting Baltic Bulldogs. Harper Quartermeyer, 6 points for her in the contest, 2 points for Caitlin Pickett, and that rounds out their first half scoring. A lot of rebounds to go around. Meredith Larson with 5, Quartermeyer, Pickett, and Holt all with 2. Bowman, Lendertz, and Holland Quartermeyer each with 1 rebound there in that first half. A steal for Lendertz and a block for Holland Quartermeyer rounds out their full stats. They went 2 for 4 from the free throw line, 3 in the first, 5 in the second for their total of 8 points. For the Vermillion Tanagers in the first half, a lot of scoring to go around. Taylor Roovers, 16 points for her, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Brooke Jensen, the next leading scorer. She had 12, 5 points, 2 assists, 4 steals, and a block. Casey Hansen with 11 points, including 3 trays in that second quarter to go along with her 2 steals. Maya Halverson, 2 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal for her in the contest. Madigan Wallen with 2 points and 3 steals. Amara Thomas, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 block for her off the bench. 22 in the first, 26 in the second. They shot 5 of 11 from the free throw line. As I turn it over to my broadcast partner, Spencer Buley. Spencer, It's been fairly one-sided for the Vermillion Tanagers here in the first half. It just seemed like once they got that offense clicking, their defense really didn't have to do much except for get turnovers to generate points.
Yeah, I mean, it's been all Vermillion, of course, and they're firing on all cylinders because you look at the kind of relationship of offense and defense for Vermillion in this game. It got turned into a track meet there. I mean, that's why Taylor Ruvers has so many points, is because she's going to be the one at the top who's going to beat all the defenders back. Easy layups for Taylor Ruvers all game, couple and ones mixed in there. But when you look at the offense and the defense and the way that they've worked together, it's been an easy offensive possession, breaking down the defense, finding a quick shot, lots of quick passes that have turned into great looks. And then you start running the floor, you spread it out, get the press defense going, create a turnover, find someone down court. And it was really the defense that was creating a lot of the offensive points there midway through that first half. And overall, it's just you can't say enough about how good Vermillion's been playing so far these last couple games.
Let's look at some scores from around the state of South Dakota as they're being reported, as you can also see them on the bottom of your screen here, thanks to SD Score Feed. Mount Vernon Plankington leads Tri-Valley 19-7, 3 minutes to go in the half. Number 5, Hamlin leads Teospazina 47-10, end of the half up there. Viborg Hurley leads Hanson 35-15 at halftime, and receiving votes Korska Stickney leads Platte Geddes 41-2. End of the first half there. A couple other games to be watching for. Number 3, Wagner hosts Bonham, again after their loss against Ethan last night. Del Rapids hosts Canton. And West Central will host T in some area matchups there on the girls' side of things. That's girls' Class A. Over up in Double A, nothing has started as West Central hosts T area. And on the B side, not a lot of other scores except for Ethan leads Avon 36-12, 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. We're going to step aside when we come back. It is second half action, running clock action from inside the bird cage. That is when we come back in about 90 seconds. You're watching Tanager basketball on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back, Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch alongside me, Spencer Buley. We've got you covered. This is the first half of the home doubleheader for the first time in nearly a month that we have played here inside the Birdcage. And don't worry, we don't get back-to-back home games as both teams will travel up to Madison on Tuesday, if I remember my schedule correctly as I put it in to my iPad here in front of me. Tanagers will start with the ball in the second half going left to right. Jensen, her shot is off the mark. Offensive rebound, though, controlled by Maya Halverson. Hanson, long right wing extended. 12 seconds on the shot clock for the Tanagers. Ruvers, little sidestep there, and then a shot up from about 14 feet is off the mark. Caitlin Pickett with the defensive rebound for Baltic. They move in their away blue uniforms, going right to left. Pretty snazzy uniforms here for Baltic, and That play might not have been drawn up, but Pickett gets the ball and puts it up off the glass for 2. 4 points for her in the ball game, 48-10. Halverson now left wing. They get it out. Hansen, right wing 3. Nothing but nylon for Casey Hansen. 14 points for her in the ball game. I don't know what just happened there, Spencer. I lost my mind there for a second, and Pickett responds with a lay-in off the glass, good for 2. 6 points for her. It's just, Spencer's been it's been one of them days.
When Cole Larsch
so
gets
far.
his tongue tied, no one's gonna miss it. The king of making that so known.
Oh boy. Jensen, right wing 3 is off the mark, but Ruvers with the offensive rebound, her 6th of the ball game. Yeah, I just got my tongue tied up and then lost what I was gonna say. Now Hansen left wing, got it to go. 17 points for her now in the ball game. 15 of those 17 from beyond the arc. She's now the leading scorer as the Tanagers take the lead 54-12.
Well, it was a little bit of a dream start there for Baltic if you think about it. I mean, first couple possessions, they got and they're scoring the basketball now as well, but they came out 2-3 zone, covered the defensive area, forced a missed shot out of Vermillion, got the rebound, but worst nightmare now is Casey Hansen's gotten hot from 3.
Jensen, another offensive rebound for her, again 17 points for Hansen. Jensen, right wing 3 is off the mark and no good. Rebound goes to Ruvers. She tries backing her defender in to draw a foul. Nothing going to be called. Rebound to Caitlin Pickett, who now has 8 points in the ball game, as I find myself turning up my headphones more and more as we go on throughout this season. Spencer, the goal is not to have them maxed out by the end of the year. Shot up off the turnover by Ruvers is no good. Pickett with the rebound. 8 points, 5 rebounds for her. Coast-to-coast lay-in. No good. Harper Quartemeyer. Rebound, Casey Hansen. Up ahead, Halverson. Shot going to be waved off. Travel called, so a turnover. And possession back to Baltic. Very back and forth. Obviously very quick with the clock running constantly, but not very pretty basketball being played here in the third quarter by either squad.
No, I mean, aside from the couple of threes made there from Vermillion early on, I mean, the last possession we saw, it seemed like they were playing a little bit too loose in a way, just kind of launching up some looks that maybe weren't the best ones, but you can kind of do that when you have a 40-point lead. But, yeah, to your point, Cole, not really super clean on both sides. Baltic started off scoring the basketball well, but has struggled here.
Ruvers inside, whistle and a foul. Going to be a little delayed, and John Brooks says, all right, thank you for that one. Going to go on Caitlin Pickett, 4th personal foul and the first team foul. Again, clock runs, if you're not familiar with the running clock rule, as the Vermillion Tanager should be. It just happened on Tuesday, if I remember correctly.
True.
They will run except for timeouts and free throws. As checking in is Kaya Lendertz, as Jay Drake leaves the weight room Zen mode, I think is what I was trying to think of there. He leaves his little meditation area, and he'll go back down into the locker room. 18 points now for Ruvers. She's back to the leading scorer, 42-point ball game, 56-14, 4:20 to play in the third quarter. As I look down at my computer, and there's a very interesting movie ad being played. I'm not sure what that movie was, Spencer, but
Wolfman.
I will not be watching. That is for sure. Meredith Larson with a high arcing shot from about 13 feet. That one falls in for her. First 2 points of the ball game for Meredith Larson. And came in averaging 9 points on their season for the Bulldogs. Jensen tries skipping one to Halverson. Poked away by Larson, but Hansen picks it back up left wing. She's got it back now into the corner. Maya Halverson, long 2 as her foot was on the line. And it's good. Not John Fry there, the PA announcer. We're going to say Maya Halverson for 3, and then he looked up and the referee was doing one of these. Gave him the 2.
Hey, got to emphasize that shot, though. I mean, PA announcer, that was a good shot there from Halverson, who's been a little bit of a struggle for her this game. But, I mean, it's hard to have everybody scoring and shooting the ball so well when you have, 3 or 4 athletes that have really taken control of the game.
Second personal called on Casey Hansen. First team foul, 3:22 to go in the third quarter. First free throw, Meredith Larson up and good. Now 3 points for her. A lot of substitutions in. In for the first time for the Vermillion Tanagers, number 42, Delaney Schmidt, 5'5" junior guard, as well as Lexi Hansen and Amara Thomas. Second free throw good for Larson now, 4 points for her. 58-18, so Lexi Hansen, Delaney Schmidt, Maya Halverson, Amara Thomas, and Madigan Wallen, the 5 out there for the Vermillion Tanagers. Thomas to Wallen, her shot going to be off the bottom of the backboard, no good. Sadie Holt with the defensive rebound for Baltic. They'll push. Larson, 15-footer left side on the baseline, got it to go. Meredith Larson now 6 points for her in the ball game, all in this quarter. We've seen quite a few points here in the third quarter, 58-20. 12-10 is the quarter score in favor of the Baltic Bulldogs. Halverson with a fake, drives in, off the glass, and good for 2 for Maya Halverson. 6 points for her, 60-20 your score. Larson, left wing, right wing 3, rattles off the backboard, around the rim, off the backboard once again, and falls. Or Meredith Larson, 9 points for her in the ball game.
And you got to give credit to Baltic. I mean, it was a rough first half. I mean, you know you're going to start out in running clock. You're not really chalking this thing up to be real competitive in the second half, but they come out, they fight. I mean, they're shooting the ball well. They're finding a lot of points, and they're doing a lot of really good things here in the second half on both ends of the floor.
Fight for the rebound, and a Baltic Bulldog hits the floor hard. She's still down. Now will be helped up by Schmidt, and we got a rebounding foul on Amara Thomas, second personal and the second team foul with 105 seconds to go in the quarter. 60-23. Straight up man defense now for the Vermillion Tanagers. Kick it back out. Harper Kortemeyer, left wing 3, got it to go. 9 points for her now in the ball game, all from beyond the arc. So like you said, Spencer, got to give this Baltic Bulldog squad a lot of credit. Very easily could have just came out here, written the game up, and stopped trying, but they are putting some points through the hoop, as are the Vermillion Tanagers. Maya Halverson with the right-handed layup. That one's good. Quickly up ahead, the lay-in is good for Harper Kortemeyer, now the leading scorer for the Bulldogs. 11 points, and Lexi Hansen is stuck, but will throw it in to Madigan Wallen near the half-court stripe.
Yeah, and I can't lie, Cole. I mean, I did expect this to be a little bit more of the ball game, from the get-go. Obviously, Vermillion started really well, and when the number 2 team in the state starts really well, there's theoretically only one other team in the state that should be able to beat them. But I did expect this to be a little bit closer of a game, and it's good to see Baltic come out and start finding a rhythm here in the second half.
Shot clock now officially off as I look down. Penn State and Notre Dame tied at goose eggs. Interested to see there. And again, to be honest, I haven't watched much of this first half, but I am cheering for the Irish. Didn't think I'd ever say that. I didn't think those words would ever come out of my mouth. Let's just put it that way. As a Big Ten and a Nebraska Cornhusker guy, I've hated Notre Dame and USC for as long as I can remember. Second to only Iowa. Loose ball, going to go out of bounds, and that is how the third quarter will end. 62-28 your score after 3 quarters of play. We're going to step aside when we come back. It's fourth quarter action on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Attention producers, the new year is upon us, and that means it's time to update your display and controller software, which is crucial for optimizing performance and profits. Contact the professionals at Grossenberg Implement today so you can make the most of the enhanced features and farming tools that are currently available. Optimize your efficiency, productivity, and connectivity options with a software update at Grossenberg Implement. Visit one of our 9 locations or go to grossenberg.com for more information. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product.
Do you have a pest problem? Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the Birdcage. 62-28 your score after 3 quarters of play. Left-handed lay-in by Harper Quartermeyer off the mark and no good. Offensive rebound controlled by Meredith Larson. 6th rebound of the ball game for her. But she tosses it out of bounds into the Baltic Bulldog bench. So possession back to the Vermillion Tanagers. As my college game just went out of full screen once again, ESPN. I will refrain on my comments for them, but I believe I've said on my weekly sports show that they're terrible, and I'll leave it at that. Lexi Hansen drives in. Her shot partially blocked away. We have new players in for both squads. Lexi Hansen is out there. Delaney Smith's still out there. Amara Thomas still out there. Shaylin Hinseth, number 22. The 5'10 freshman guard is in there, as well as number 4, Izzy Richardson, the 5'6 freshman guard as well. Personal foul on Sadie Holt, first personal, and the first team foul. Hinseth's first free throw is off the mark and no. 7 of 14 now in the ball game from the free throw line. Second one is good. 8 of 15. First points for Hinseth. 6:50 to play here in the fourth quarter. And a turnover stolen away into Lexi Hansen's hands. Second steal of the ball game for her. We're getting more and more subs as both coaches saying, all right, let's empty out the benches here in the fourth quarter of play. Hansen has it right side. 15 on the shot clock for her. Looking inside to a cutting Hinseth off the glass and good for 2. First now 3 points for her. So the ball game for Baltic. This is Harper Quartermeyer, Sadie Holt. So much of their starting rotation still in there. And Holt's three-pointer is good off the front iron and then off the backboard. 65-31 is the pride of Vermillion. The Vermillion Pep Band starts to file back in for their pregame performance between games. Thomas shot up no good. Holt with a rebound and now a loose ball foul going to be called. Izzy Richardson first personal. As Callie Schultz, the 6'1 sophomore guard, number 15, checks in for the Tanagers. Holland Quartermeyer, Caitlin Pickett, Hayden Painter, the 5'6 sophomore guard in there for the Bulldogs, as well as number 2, Kayla Lendertz, and that is number 4, Meredith Larson. So dipping in the bench a little bit is Sam Mustin, and now a loose ball foul going to be called. It's the second personal on Izzy Richardson. After 1 quarter of play in the college football semifinals, 0-0, Penn State and Notre Dame. Lendertz has it, 4:55 to go in the fourth quarter. Pickett, right side, now starts driving baseline. Past her defenders, laying off the glass, no. But a whistle and a foul going to be called. Lenny Schmidt, first personal. Fourth team foul. Missed a foul somewhere. Shocker, I know, right, Spencer? First free throw good for Caitlin Pickett. 9 points for her in the ball game. They are 5 for 7 from the free throw line.
It's like me, Cole, with the points mainly. Every time I call a game and I'm listing off final stats, I need to start prefacing it with Brooke Jensen has this many points, give or take 2. This person has this many points, give or take 2.
I'm always usually on point with points, but it's the rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks is where I get myself into the most trouble. Shaylin Hinseth, left wing 3 for her is good. 6 points for Shaylin Hinseth now in the ball game. Back up to a 35-point ball game, 68-33. 4:15 to play. Larson, that's Pickett. She'll drive left. Chucks up an underhand shot off the mark. No. Meredith Larson with the rebound. Blocked away by Lexi Hansen. First block for her, and now a loose ball foul going to be called on Meredith Larson. First personal and the second team foul for her.
Yeah, Cole, I mean, this is back-to-back games now where Vermillion gets to have an opportunity to get their second strings in, and it's seasons like this and games like this where programs really get to keep building for the future to be good again, because now you have a Vermillion Tanagers team that, this is still early in the season, of course, but given how the rest of the season goes, if they keep dominating teams like this that they should dominate and get to running clock and they get their backups in, it's like you have a whole nother slate of newcomers that come into the next season with already so much experience that other teams aren't necessarily getting because they're not blowing out half of their opponents. So this is really good if you're your head coach John Brooks and Vermillion Tanagers, because it's just you getting to keep building your program and building reps on all of your players for the future.
Lexi Hansen shot block coast to coast. Leonard's lay in no. Out of bounds off of the hand of Delaney Smith. So now head coach Sam Musson will start digging into his bench. 5 new players, so 5 in, 5 out. Ellie Pickett, the 5'7" freshman, is in there. Number 3, Madison Detterman, the 5'2" freshman, in there as well. Number 21, Kaylee Siemensma, the 5'3" freshman. Elise Wilde, the 5'6" freshman guard, in there as well. Now a jump ball called, and Anna Kochman, the 5'7" freshman, out there as well for the Baltic Bulldogs. So 5 new players, all freshmen in the ball game for Baltic. 68-33. Lexi Hansen inside. Lay-in is good. Good find there by Izzy Richardson. Alexis Hansen, first 2 points of the ball game for her. And now to start the second quarter in the college football playoff, as lay-in is good for Kaylee Siemensma. 70-35. It is 4th and goal for Penn State on the 2-yard line to open up the fourth quarter. 105 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Smith inside, blocked away by Pickett, but out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Tanagers. We're going to go for a 20-yard field goal here, Spencer Buley. What are we doing? It's the semifinal. You're at the 2-yard line.
Well, they just had
You're kicking an extra point worth 3 points.
I think they're probably playing the percentages here. They just had a third down conversion opportunity. Wide open pass, couldn't connect the 5-yard out route there. And now I think they're saying, what are the odds we run another play and get a guy that wide open on 4th down? If it's going to be a defensive battle, hey, 3 points is going to mean a lot more than if it's a shootout.
No,
but
it's 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. Go for it.
Hey, as a fan, I'm wishing the same thing.
Even as a coach,
I agree.
I mean, if you got 3rd and goal and you had a wide open pass and you just dropped it, then you know it's open. And they're still going for a 20-yard field goal here. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, I missed the play.
Penn State's going to lose. Penn State's going to lose.
Hey,
Mark it right here.
I'll tell you, Penn State was going to lose before this game started. But
well, yeah. ESPN says it's 8 for 8 from inside the 40-yard line. It's literally a 20-yard field goal. It's shorter than an extra point. What are you doing, James Franklin? 20 seconds here left to go in the ball game. The Tanagers lead the Baltic Bulldogs 70-35. Smith tapped it now. Again, about 4 seconds separate shot clock and game clock, so Baltic will have to get a shot up. Detterman, Weldy, long 2, no. Rebound to Lexi Hansen, and she tosses it to the referee because she thought the game was over. But the buzzer sounds, and that is how the ball game will end. Your final score, the Vermillion Tanagers 70, the Baltic Bulldogs 35. Final stats for the Baltic Bulldogs. Meredith Larson, 9 points on 7 rebounds for her. Harper Quartermeyer, 11 points, 2 rebounds for her. Caitlin Pickett with 10 points and 5 rebounds. Sadie Holt with 3. And Kaylee Siemensma coming in late in the game, getting a 2-point for her. They score 3 in the first, 5 in the second, 20 in the third, and 7 in the fourth quarter for their total of 35 points. They will drop to 3-5 on their young season. For the Vermillion Tanagers, leading scorer was Taylor Roovers, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals for her. Casey Hansen, 17 points and a rebound, as well as 2 steals for her in the ballgame. Maya Halverson, 8 points, 3 rebounds. Lexi Hansen with 2 points, 2 steals, and a block, as well as an assist in there as well. Madigan Wallen with 2 points there in that first quarter, 4 steals for her. Shaylin Hinseth off the bench, 6 points in the ball game for her. Brooke Jensen, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals, and a block. And Amara Thomas off the bench, 5 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, and a block. For the Vermillion Tanagers, 22 in the first, 26 in the second, 14 in the third, and 8 in that fourth quarter for their total of 70 points. They will move to 7-1 on their season. Again, the next action for them will be Tuesday, as it is a DAC-12 doubleheader up in Madison. All action will be right here on Vermillion Tanagers live ticket TV, as Spencer Buley and I will be making the trip. And Spencer, again, your final score, 70-35. For the Tanagers, it was all about, after that quick start, coming in, finishing the job, taking care of business. That's exactly what they did.
Yeah, they didn't miss a beat tonight. They came off of a big win against Yankton. They weren't flat. They came out, executed. Couldn't ask for a better game if you're head coach John Brooks out of the Vermillion Tanagers tonight.
Again, your final score, 70-35. And our next game features Baltic and the Vermillion Tanagers once again. Baltic comes into the ball game 4-3 on the season. Alex Langner, their head coach. Vermillion Tanagers receiving votes in the last media poll. They come in 5-1 on their season. We're going to step aside, and it's going to turn over to Heath Nimke. He'll have your pregame show covered, as well as a little bit of recap between both these teams and pregame interviews with head coach Alex Langner and Jay Drake. Here he is on the Vermillion Tanagers Live pregame show, the one and only Heath Nimke.
It's time to hop into our boys pregame show here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live, as I'm Heath Nimke once again for this evening, as it's time to get to our coaches' conversations, as we're going to hear from head coach Jay Drake after he went up against his former, or I should say still friend, if you will, Chris Haynes, and getting that victory over Chris. But taking a look back for his group of guys grinding out a tough victory against Yankton, and another unknown when it comes to their schedule, the Baltic Bulldogs, for this evening here in the Birdcage, a team that has not been on the schedule before for the Vermillion Tanagers. But before we get to Jay Drake, let's get to the other head coach in tonight's scenario, and that is head coach Alex Langner of the Baltic Bulldogs. Now, I was able to catch up with head coach Alex yesterday to talk more about his group and how not only does their depth sometimes be a struggle, but how they are such a team combined together, all with the common good of winning for the Bulldogs. Here he is on our pregame show. It's head coach of the Baltic Bulldogs boys basketball team, Alex Langner. Coach, get ready to take on the Vermillion Tanagers, a big matchup when it comes to Vermillion, as they picked up a huge AA victory just the other night. But before we focus on the Vermillion Tanagers, let's focus on your squad coming in 4-3 overall. This has been a good group that you have had over the past couple of years now for the Baltic Bulldogs, but maybe not off to the start you want to, or you're facing some challenges, as we both know. So let's talk about your squad so far. How has the beginning of the season gone for your group from your eyes?
Yeah, I think that coming into the year, we had some questions as far as what depth was going to look like. I think our top five has been very consistent for us, and we knew that coming into the year, the kids that are playing most of the minutes for us contributed to last year's team, and I think they got some good experience. They got their feet wet at the varsity level consistently last year. And so we knew really what we were working with. We knew what some of our downfalls and some of the areas that we're going to probably need to focus on and really develop as the year started. And I think that when you look at our schedule, the first week of our schedule really doesn't do us a whole lot of favors. We play some competitive teams. And so, I was happy kind of going into Christmas where we were at. I think we kind of maybe could have snuck one else in there somewhere, but I think that with the record we had, and we went up to the entering year and we competed, and kind of where we're sitting at right now, I'm happy with. I know we've got some areas to kind of shore up and some things to fix, but nothing that time in the gym and some practice won't help do.
Well, we talk more specifically about your team. You mentioned the depth is a huge issue, but one thing I look at with your squad, I have to jump out right away and talk about number 24, Kellen there. 6'9". It seems like, okay, that's going to be simple. Just toss it into him all game long, and he's going to go get you a lot of buckets, but he's not even your leading scorer. In fact, he's third on scoring-wise for your group, which means you just have so much talent. Yeah, you don't have a lot of depth, but how nice is it to have so much depth with your team when it comes to talent-wise and able to spread it around nicely night in and night out?
Yeah, kind of our philosophy has always been, it's team first, and it's one of those things that, we want balanced scoring and we want stat sheet to look like who do you pick and who do you focus on. And, you look at a kid like Kellen and being 6'9", obviously wants to be a focus of your offense. And so when we look at it, it's one of those things where our guards have done a nice job of scoring and the ability to score. But I think that we have the opportunity to play inside. We have the opportunity to play outside on different nights based on our matchups. And so I think that when we look at this and we look at our kids, our stats don't really indicate how we play because it's been a different guy every night. And so, it's nice to be balanced. It's nice to kind of not allow teams to focus on one guy.
Let's focus a little bit more here on the Vermillion Tanagers. Vermillion receiving votes once again in the media polls, just like they were at the very beginning of this season. I know you've had a chance to see them a little bit on film. They just picked up a nice close victory over a AA team in the Yankton Bucks. But when you watch film with this Vermillion team, not just in the Yankton game, but throughout the rest of the season so far, this is also a team that has a lot of different shooters. Trey Hansen can go off on any night, but then the next thing you know, you have one or two other guys that can really fill up the stat sheet. How do you try to key in on one specific or two specific players and try to slow down this Vermillion attack?
Yeah, I think when you look at their roster, they're size-wise, I think we match up pretty well with them. From a scheme standpoint, just watching them on film, they got a couple players that can really fill it up in a hurry. They shoot the ball well. They like that three-point line, so we've got to make sure we get that guarded. And then be disciplined on the backside and being able to help and rotate, being fundamental and being able to really do our jobs and do them well. I think that our focus defensively is we've got to make sure that we take care of primary scorers number 1 and 2, and when we look at the help side of things, we want to make sure that we're in the right spots and doing the right things consistently. To limit their possessions and limit the number of shots that they get on their offensive side of the ball. I think that just watching them here, from a defensive standpoint too, the physicality that they play with, they're an aggressive team. And, I think that we need to step up to that level of physicality and prepare for it. So I think that, we'll be ready, but I think that our kids, it's going to be a challenge for us.
Once again, that is head coach Alex Langner here on our pregame show. He is the head coach for the Baltic Bulldogs, talking more about his program and how they get ready for the Vermillion Tanagers. Let's flip the page over to Vermillion now as Jay Drake's group comes in at 5-1. Their only loss comes against the Heartbreaker here in West Central. And plus, it has actually been almost a month's time since Vermillion boys actually last played inside the birdcage. How nice does it feel to be home once again playing a home basketball game? And what should Jay Drake and his group expect from the Bulldogs tonight? Here he is on our pregame show. It's head coach of the Vermillion Tanagers, Jay Drake. Coach Drake, before we talk about the Baltic Bulldogs and continue on with this busy schedule of yours, let's revisit the Yankton game as we cut up with Coach Budmeyer after the game. But of course, get your takeaway. You said coming into that game that it was going to be a physical game. It was going to be a dogfight of a game. Don't look at Yankton's record because they are a much better basketball team than what you see on paper, and you were spot on with your scouting report of what we should expect to see from the Yankton Bucks, but you're able to grind it out and get the victory against Yankton. How good did that feel getting the win for the group of guys?
Yeah, big win for our guys, obviously. And anytime you, go up a level and it's one of those things, obviously, right down the road. And if you go back 40 years, I think Yankton and Vermillion were playing each other each year and stuff. But someone had said, and I guess I hadn't really even checked, but I think last night was the first time since 1998 that the girls had played Yankton versus Vermillion, and I think for the boys it was actually the first time since 1991. So all of a sudden here in 2025 to go back, it's been 34 years, which I thought they had been still playing like into the late 90s, early 2000s. So nice to just be able to kind of play up a level, and obviously, like you said, a very physical basketball game. We knew it'd kind of be a half court, grind it out. Not always the exact style we want to play, but we told our team afterwards, good teams find ways to win games different ways. And after last Friday, Saturday, I thought we did shoot the ball very, very well. Anytime you're scoring like that and shooting like that, it makes the game look a lot easier than it probably really is. And yet, it's not going to continue that way. And we still knocked down 8 threes last night, but didn't shoot it at the efficiency or the percentage that we had last weekend. And it was just kind of a battle. And we made some plays down the stretch. Obviously, we controlled the game for the most part and led basically the whole game. I think we even got up 12-14 at one point, but give Yankton credit, and you knew they were going to make runs. And then, for us to just kind of just make enough plays down the stretch, both on the offensive and defensive end, to pull one out. And it's a huge game for us. Again, with this stretch of 4 games in 7 days, just to kind of try to keep some momentum going and building confidence. But obviously, we'll talk about it all year, but it's going to be a fight all year long from a region seeding standpoint, so we really needed that one.
Now looking ahead, this grind continues, back at home at least, but the Baltic Bulldogs, not only is it a Big East team, it's also a team that traditionally we have not seen on this schedule. Just past Sioux Falls is where Baltic is at. Kellen Arts is back again, and he's 6'9". He's a tall guy, but they also have a few other guys with this group that have size, and they were very young over the past couple of years. All those guys that were starters last year are starters again this year, which just makes them even more experienced coming to this matchup 4-3 overall. What do you know about the Baltic Bulldogs, and how much of a size comparison is it going to cause an issue? Is it kind of like what we saw with West Central?
Yeah, it's a different look, obviously, for us. And again, as the year goes on, seeing different styles, seeing different personnel from teams, and some teams with quickness, some with length, all those things, the physicality that we've seen from Pine Ridge and Yankton in the last few games, those all are things that you can't always simulate in practice, and it's good to see throughout the year. You're right. They finally last year had a really nice season. They did lose a couple of key seniors, but this year, they're a team that's very dangerous. It's always tough, Yankton the other night, and then now Baltic. When you haven't played these teams in the past, you don't really know on personnel, and obviously we have film, but it's always nice when you play teams year in, year out, that you get to see their kids as they move up from sub-varsity and stuff, and kind of have a better kind of take on it, what they want to do or who they are. But in Baltic, we did get a chance. It was interesting because when we knew they were on our schedule, and then it just so happened we ended up playing them once this summer in a Pentagon League in Sioux Falls. So knowing that we were going to play them in the season, it was nice to be able to see them there and having film on them. But they're a team now that this year they don't have any seniors. They start 5 juniors, and kind of like you said, the length they have inside. The Arch kid's a very good player, and at 6'9", he can go inside, outside, shoot a 3. I think the Cupperus kid is 6'6", and they have some nice guards around them that can score on the perimeter. So they're not a real deep team, but their starting 5 is really solid, and we haven't seen a lot of zone lately. And they've been playing a lot of 3-2 zone, 2-3 zone, mixing it up. But when you have 6'9", 6'6", inside, protecting the basket and protecting the paint, giving them some length, that obviously is a cause for concern for us. And like anything, you don't want to live and die with a 3, but anytime you see a zone, you're going to have to knock down perimeter shots. So, but big thing for us and our guys is we talked over Christmas break and the 6 practices where we had that we're going to have 4 games in 7 days coming out of the break. And we've got an opportunity now to kind of try to finish this off and get all 4 of them, which would be huge for us just moving forward. And then, if we can get through this Baltic game, it's kind of take a step back and just catch our breath and get ready for next week. But I know this much. It'll be exciting for our guys. It's crazy. I know we played the Mount Vernon Plank game at the SCSC, but when we played on December 13th versus West Central in our gym, and Thursday night is going to be January 9th, I believe. So it's almost been a full month since we've been in our gym. It would be nice just to be at home again.
Once again, that is head coach Jay Drake of the Vermillion Boys here on our pregame show. I'm Heath Nimke. Let's continue to keep things moving along. It's time to get it back over to Cole Larsch and Spencer Buley, who have you covered for play-by-play action of this doubleheader between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Baltic Bulldogs. Cole, take it away.
Welcome back to the...
Well, good evening and welcome back inside the Birdcage for the second half of our doubleheader between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Baltic Bulldogs. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Spencer Buley, again as we await the arrival of our huddle camera once again. As I'm sure I just moved the scoreboard camera. I guess not. I just kicked the table really hard. Again, Spencer Buley and I are all over the place right now up inside our broadcast booth here in the Birdcage as the band is still going. The clock's been off for about 30 seconds, and the Pride of Vermillion will now stop, and here we go. Non-conference boys basketball action between Baltic and Vermillion. Let's get you started first with the starting lineups for the visiting team on the scoreboard. The Baltic Bulldogs coming in 4-3 on the season. Starting at guard, a 5'10 junior, number 0, Cooper Gary, comes into the ball game on the season. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists on the season for him so far. Another guard, a 6-foot junior, number 1, Dylan Runestad. 12 points, 3 boards, a ball game for him on 50% shooting from the field. Guard, a 6'1 junior, number 3, Ben Erickson, comes in their leading scorer on the year. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists on 39% shooting for him. At forward, a 6'9 junior, number 24, Kellen Arts, 41% shooter on the season, 9.7 points a game for him. And at forward, a 6'6 junior, number 35, Trevor Cooperas, 6.7 points, 6 rebounds ball game for the big man underneath. The starting lineup for the Baltic Bulldogs are coached by Wendy Runestad, the assistant coach, and the head coach is Alex Langner. Again, they come in 4-3 on the season, 42nd in seed points in Class A, number 7 in Region 3A. That, again, all at the record of 4-3. 41.7 points a game, 48.3 they allow per game on average. For the Tanagers, it's the same starting 5 we've seen all season. That hot hand, the guard, 6-foot senior, number 12, Landon Cerny. 8.5 points a game, 5 rebounds, 56% shooting from deep. Guard, a 6'3 senior, number 24, Carter Hansen. 14 points, 6.5 rebounds for him. Luke Jensen, 6'5 sophomore, number 30, Luke Jensen. 14 points, 5 rebounds for him. Guard, 6'1 junior, number 32, Gabe Larson. 3 points, 3 rebounds for him. 6'4 junior guard, number 33, Trey Hansen. 17 points, 5 rebounds for him in the ball game. John Roovers, Lewis Budmeyer, and Connor Rohrig are the coaches for the Vermillion Tanagers. The head coach is Jay Drake. Again, they come in 5-1 on the season, number 11 in Class A according to the seed points. 43.167 as we await for this huddle camera to pop back up. We're going to try something. If not, we'll put you on the scoreboard so you can at least see something, as I believe that's all we're going to get. So let's go to this one for now. Do a little radio-type broadcast. Number 3 in Region 4A are the Vermillion Tanagers. 68 points a game. They allow 46. Baltic Bulldogs will start with the basketball going left to right, as you will eventually see it on your screen. Spencer, keep us updated on there once that thing decides to pop up. Cooper Gary has it again. Similar jerseys to the women's team. Blue all around, letters and numbers in yellow with some yellow checkerboard down the sides for the trim. 8 seconds in the shot clock early for the Bulldogs. They swing it around Runestad. With 2, he pulls up from 15. That's off the mark and no good. Trey Hansen with the rebound. Just about had it poked away from behind, but Hansen will control it, going now right to left. Carter Hansen to Cerny. Again, the hot hand. That was Gabe Larson. The corner 32 and 12. Look eerily similar from over here. 3 ball is good by Gabe Larson from the right wing. First 3 points of the ball game. 3-0. 1 minute gone here in the first quarter. 2-2. It'll be a 2-1-2 type zone press put on by the Vermillion Tanagers, broken easily by the Baltic Bulldogs. Errant pass out of bounds. Runestad tries going to the right side to Gary, and it goes off of the foot of our official Chris Janish. And he is out of bounds. 3-0 your score, 6:50 to go in quarter number 1. Again, we are still awaiting that huddle camera. We'll get that back up when we've got it for you. 6:40 to play in the first quarter. Quick 3, Luke Jensen off the mark and no good. Trey Hansen with the offensive rebound, and he throws it off of Trevor Cooperis to save it from going out of bounds. So possession will stay with the Vermillion Tanagers. Carter Hansen. Trey Hansen in the corner. 3 ball off the back of the iron, no good. Carter Hansen tips around the rebound. Eventually it's controlled by Dylan Runestad of the Baltic Bulldogs. And they'll kick it all the way up ahead. Ben Erickson left side for Baltic. Now he picks up his dribble. Man defense now for the Vermillion Tanagers. Gary tries to make his move, kicks over. Erickson left wing 3 off the iron and no good. Rebound tipped around. Landon Cerny controls the board. Still nothing over there, Spencer. All right.
Nothing.
See what we can do with that one. 3 ball left wing. Got it to go. Gabe Larson for 3. All 6 points for the Tanagers. Come from the hand of Gabe Larson. 6-0 your score. They try kicking up ahead, and Cerny with the steal, and we're going the other way. In the corner, Larson for 3. Off, going to miss everything, no good. Cooperis with a rebound, and now a loose ball foul. Going to be called on Carter Hansen. First personal and first team foul. Five and a half to go here in the first quarter. 6-0 your score. Again, we've got you on the scoreboard camera as the huddle camera. Not coming back up. 5.5 minutes to play. 3 ball, Dylan Runestad off back iron. No, again, that huddle camera resets after the game, and I have a feeling it might have been set to start at 8 o'clock. Lay-in the other way is good. Luke Jensen off the glass. 8 points for him. Baltic fans, what few made the trip, they wanted a travel call. Not going to get one from our officiating crew. 8-0, 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Erickson left wing, pump fakes, now will take it. Got it to go, Ben Erickson. First points of the ball game for the Baltic Bulldogs. Come out of the hands of Ben Erickson. Again, just a 14% three-point shooter in the season coming into the ball game, but a lot of volume in that 14% for the Bulldogs.
And just want to point out as well on the camera scoreboard situation, the reason our camera right now is pointed at the scoreboard and not tracking action on the floor is because we use that camera to put our scoreboard clock and shot clock on our live ticket TV scoreboard down at the bottom. So we have that basically mounted down on a railing, and it's not super easy for us to move that. So again, we'll wait until we'll see in the next couple of minutes. Again, it might be set to start at 8 o'clock, but if it doesn't come back up, we'll figure it out.
Now we're just kind of playing it by ear right now or playing it by eyes as well. Carter Hansen lost it, ball's loose. Cerny's been out of bounds about 3 times down here on this baseline. And they're going to say it is Tanager basketball. That's a interesting moment there. Again, we're switching back, trying to reconnect and see if it's coming back up. Still nothing. 4:03 to go. And Cerny was out of bounds about 3 times on this near baseline. They called it out of bounds off of Baltic. Pull-up jumper is good for Carter Hansen. 10-3 now the score. So I'm looking for a green light over there on that huddle camera. Not seeing one, so we may have to switch here in the next stoppage. Maybe have to run this bad boy. Manual hand camera. See what we can do. 10-3, 3:40 to go. Erickson spins. Now he'll kick it out to Ben Borg, who checked in. kick out, 3-ball. Bank it in from the left wing by Dylan Runestad. First 3 points the ball game for him. 10-6 the score. 3:18 to play. 3-ball off the mark and no good. Carter Hansen wants a foul, and Arts with the rebound. First time we've called his name, the 6'9 junior. Again, this team, no seniors on the Baltic Bulldogs squad. Pass tip stolen away by Jensen. He'll get it back in the right corner. He'll pull up a 3. Got it. Luke Jensen. 5 points for him now in the ball game. 13-6, 2:55 to go in the first quarter. Again, Spencer, the one time I don't put up a second camera, we end up needing it. So I told you to leave those tripods in the truck, and now here we are. It's just kind of been one of those days, you know, Spencer?
I do know.
Arts off the glass, good for 2 for the Bulldogs. 13-8 your score. 2:33 again. We have yet to have a big stoppage of play, or else we'd put up a second camera. Trey Hansen, his quick 3's off the mark. No. Cooperus with the rebound. And still nothing on the camera side of things. 2:20 to play in the first quarter. 3-pointer Ben Erickson going to miss everything. Carter Hansen with the rebound. Student section who has started to fill in a little more. Chanting air ball. Cerny left corner 3, off back iron, no. Carter Hansen with the offensive rebound. Into Cerny, back out Jensen. He'll get it to Trey Hansen. He'll drive right, lay in off the glass, and good for 2 for Trey Hansen. 15-8 your score, under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 2-2-1. Zone press being put on by the Vermillion Tanagers. They get it inside to Arts. Arts, his pass tipped around, but still controlled by Dylan Runestad. They'll get it back. 15 on the shot clock for the Bulldogs. 1:35 to play. They try to get it inside to Arts, and now a foul going to be called. First personal foul on Trey Hansen, and the second team foul. Spencer Blanchette, Carson Preister. First subs the ball game will check in for Vermillion, as well as there's one more sub for Baltic, but I seem to miss it as we're currently on our way, setting up that second camera for you. And still nothing on the huddle side of things. Gary to Erickson. Erickson kicks out. 3-ball Berg. Off the rim, no good. Preister with the defensive rebound. Carter Hansen's got it. He drives in. Now a blocking foul going to be called. And trying to get cameras up. See if that's open. That's not open. There we go. Shot up and no, and a foul going to be called, so 2 more free throws coming for Vermillion. Free throws off the mark for Carter Hansen. Arts with the rebound. Again, we're getting a camera up here for you, I promise. We'll get it here eventually. Shot up and good. Trevor Cooper's first 2 points for him in the ball game. It is 15-10, 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And for the second quarter, we're going to have Spencer Buley be his own tripod for the camera, see if that works, and hope that the huddle camera gets up at 8 o'clock. Again, we thank you for sticking with us here on Vermillion Tanagers Live. 3-pointer off the mark for Trey Hansen. Rebound controlled by Dylan Runestad. Coast to coast, had it blocked away from behind. Now a whistle going to be called, and the referee's going to be talking about it. They're going to say it will. No signal yet. They're going to say it stays with Baltic. 19.6 to go. Gary has it. Runestad Runestad at the right wing. He crosses over. Runestad looking around. Pass over Erickson. Erickson drives. Lay in, no. Cerny with the rebound. Now with one, he'll chuck up a three-quarter court. Off the side of the backboard, no. 15-10 is your first quarter score. We're going to step aside, get a camera up, and bring you back for second quarter action. That's on the way next for Vermillion Tanagers live ticket TV.
Ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster.
Welcome back, Vermillion Tanagers live ticket TV. Yes, we do finally have that huddle camera back up, and right as we thought, it came on at 8 o'clock sharp. 15-10 is your score. Again, thanks for bearing with us. As we were getting a camera plugged in and set up, we all had it planned out, and then as we look down, the huddle camera now working. Cerny, right wing, 3 off the mark, no. Spencer Buley just nailed his knee on the table.
It's just one of those days,
again,
man.
Like we said earlier, we are all over the place, and it's been one of those days here inside the birdcage. Not only just inside the birdcage, but we're 4 days away from getting classes started back up at USD, and neither one of us knew our schedule.
True that.
It's just, yeah, I mean.
But here we go with some good basketball finally.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very entertaining basketball game. It's too bad I had 17 other things going on in that first quarter. Shot clock winding down. Arts with the long three. High off the back of the iron and no. But the rebound's tipped out of bounds. And we'll go back to the Baltic Bulldogs. 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. Erickson inside, now back out. Runestad for 3, off the mark, no good. Trey Hansen with the rebound, and now a rebounding foul going to be called. First personal, first team foul on Ben Erickson. And just the second foul called all game on either of these teams here in the second quarter. 15-10. Trey Hansen drives. He stops. He spins. Now kicks it back out Cerny. Jensen left wing. 18 on the shot clock. Makes a couple dribbles. Kicks out Trey Hansen. 30-footer. Off back iron, no. Rebound Dylan Runestad. Now the 4th rebound for him in the ball game. Erickson brings it across for the Bulldogs. Erickson drives. Underhand lay-in off the glass. Good for 2 for Ben Erickson. Leading scorer now 5 points. It is 15-12, 6:18 to go in the second. Hansen, he spins. Lay in good for Carter Hansen. 4 points for him. He looked at the official, wanted a foul called, nothing doing. Didn't seem to be too much contact on that shot. Gary looks, ball out of bounds. They're going to say last touched by the Baltic Bulldogs. Both referees looking at each other again. It's right in front of the Vermillion bench. Jay Drake did.
Yeah.
Hey, are you sure about that? Don't you want to talk to him?
Yeah, there was a lot of I think that whole side, both the Hansen boys thought for sure it was off of Baltic, but it's going to happen regardless. You know, the official's the only one who's got the unbiased call there.
So 5:58 to go in the second. It's 17-12. Runestad drives in, high arcing shot, no good. Rebound controlled by Luke Jensen. Long pass up ahead to Larson, right wing. Jensen, Hansen, Cerny, left wing. Cerny lost it for a moment, got it back close to out of bounds at the baseline. Kicks out Gabe Larson, left wing, 3 off the iron, no good. Rebound fought for and controlled by Kellen Arts. 3rd rebound for the big man. Again, 6'9", and a forward. He's got 2 points so far here tonight. Runestad, right wing. Cooperis has it. Now Cooper Gary. Gary, left wing 3. In and out, no. Rebound controlled by Gabe Larson. Carter Hansen looks, tries getting to a cutting Trey Hansen, and it's stolen away by Ben Erickson. Erickson still has it. He will cross half court. Kicks out Runestad, right wing, guarded by Carter Hansen. Runestad looks now over to Erickson. Erickson to Gary. Gary left wing, picked up his dribble, 16. Arts, he'll drive left baseline, picked it up, now kicks out Erickson, left wing 3, no. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Carter Hansen, third for him. Now Tanagers, they want to push the pace. Now they'll slow things down a bit. Jensen, right wing 3, got it. Rattles in for Luke Jensen. Now the leading scorer in the ball game. He's got 8 points here tonight. 20-12 your score, 4:20 to go in the second quarter.
Cole, these Vermillion Tanagers, I mean, they've been so fun to watch so far in the season, especially from behind the arc. Just shot the ball so well. I mean, it's really a rotation of the hot hand throughout this team. I mean, it was Landon Cerny there for a couple games, but I think if I read the stat sheet correctly, he only had 5 points against Yankton. I mean, he was, I think, 1 for 5 from beyond the arc, but, now it rotates over to guys like Luke Jensen. Luke Jensen was a guy who also shot really well early in the season, too.
And as the classic announcers jinx, he misses that right corner 3. So still an 8-point game, 20-12. Pull-up jumper blocked away by Trey Hansen. He'll try to go coast to coast. Lay in, up and under, too strong. Rebound to Cooper Gary. Had the crowd going for a bit, and the collective, as that one missed.
Yeah, that was about to end up somewhere on YouTube highlights or, heck, even ESPN. I mean, that would have been a heck of a play, especially to finish off with the up and under. Thought maybe he was going to gather for a Euro step there, but.
Gary left wing, 3:15 to play, second quarter, 12 seconds to go on the shot clock. For the Bulldogs, now 9. Erickson, he'll drive left. Looking into the corner, he will skip it to the corner. Gary, now with 4, he drives, stolen away by Trey Hansen. Cerny to Larson, pull up right wing 3, off back iron, no. Rebound will be controlled by Ben Erickson, second of the quarter for him. Timeout called by head coach Alex Langner of the Baltic Bulldogs. We'll take it with him back to the birdcage in 30 seconds.
PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Twenty to 12, 2:48 to go. Steal out front. Carter Hansen slams it home. Carter Hansen with the steal and the slam. 6 points for Carter Hansen in the ball game. Now a 10-point lead, and that one gets this birdcage crowd into it again. First game we've seen in the birdcage in just shy of a month. Laying inside, no. Arts with the rebound, stolen away by the Tanagers. Trey Hansen, he's got it right wing. Makes his move, kicks out Blanchette, right wing 3. No good, just barely off the mark. Thought about maybe if it didn't hit that top of the backboard, it might have dropped for Blanchette. Rebound to the Bulldogs, 2:08 to play, 22-12. Again, thanks for tuning in and sticking with us after the no-camera first quarter. 3-ball Cooper Gary, that missed left by about a foot. Vermillion student section letting him know. Under 2 minutes to play. Hansen lays in off the glass and good for 2 with the runner. 24-12. The Tanagers have doubled up the Bulldogs. Again, had no camera in that first quarter, but right as we said, right at 8 o'clock, that huddle camera kicked back on, and here we go. Here inside the birdcage.
It didn't help there wasn't a single timeout. The entire that was the quickest moving first quarter we've called this year. I mean,
there was no free throws, 1 foul, and about 2 out of bounds.
It's been a quick moving night here. Of course, the girls' game going into running clock there in the entirety of the second half. So obviously, if you're just tuning in, that's been the story of the night is quick moving here in the birdcage.
And now, just as the classic announcers jinx, we're stopping play. Get a towel out there from John Roovers. Get some sweat wiped up off the floor. Fresh shot clock for the Baltic Bulldogs. 94 seconds to play in the first half. Art spins, floater, no good. Rebound controlled by Gabe Larson. Blanchette has it. Free throw line. Kicks out now in the corner. Jensen, he'll drive baseline. Up and under lay in, no. Foul going to be called. Tanager's shooting 2 free throws. Second personal on Erickson, second team foul. Just the third foul called all night so far. First one's up and good.
Can't complain, though, about that. I mean, this has been a physical, fast-moving game, and I personally always appreciate a game with less fouls than more.
Fair point. Second one is also up and good. 10 points now for Luke Jensen in the ball game. With 1:14 to go in the second quarter, it's 26-12. Here inside the birdcage. Ball out of bounds. They're going to say last touched, that time by Ben Erickson. So a turnover and possession back to the Vermillion Tanagers. 1:08 to play in quarter number 2. Carter Hansen lost it at the top of the key, picked up by Gabe Larson. Tries getting over to Blanchette, stolen away. Erickson lay in good, coast to coast. Count the bucket and the foul for Ben Erickson, the 6'1 junior guard.
Yeah, for how clean of a game this has been called, I didn't see a ton of contact there from Blanchette, but I guess it's pretty crystal clear when it's coast to coast. They're going to have a pretty good look on it, so he must have got him somewhere.
Free throw is good by Ben Erickson, a 71% free throw shooter on the season. 1 for 1 tonight. He's got 8 points. 26-15 is your score. 46 seconds to go in the second quarter. Abe Larson now Carter Hansen. Blanchette at the volleyball 10-foot line. Cerny, he'll pull up from the right wing. That one's going to miss everything. Too strong. Rebound to Arts, his 6th. Erickson to Arts. Shot clock is off. He'll drive right, kick out Erickson. Right wing 3. Off the side, no. Rebound controlled by Blanchette. Jay Drake says, please hold for a last-second shot. Carter Hansen gets it across at the Tanager logo. Hansen. Still Hansen. He'll drive right. Now kick it in the corner. Kicks up top. Larson for 3. No good short. Rebound controlled by Gary, and that is how the first half will end. Your score, the Vermillion Tanagers 26, the Baltic Bulldogs 15. We're going to step aside. When we come back, first half stats and analysis and scores from around the state of South Dakota. That is on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a checkmark, all in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the bird cage as Vermillion High School's own the Dance Inferno, giving us some halftime entertainment. As in your boys matchup, the Vermillion Tanagers lead the Baltic Bulldogs 26-15. We'll get to that halftime score and stats in just a moment. Now on the halftime show, I'm joined by Madigan Wallen of the Vermillion Tanager girls as they got their big win, 70-35. Now Madigan, before we start talking about the game, it's been nearly a month since you guys played here inside the birdcage. How excited were you and your squad to get back here in front of the home crowd?
I mean, we were extremely excited all week. You know, Brooks was talking to us. We played good on the road versus Yankton our last game. We felt like we really needed a positive game to get us all like looking forward to the next game's upcoming. And when he let us know that this team was going to be a competitor, we had to come out here, do our best, even though like we're in front of the entire state, like everyone in the gym. So yeah, we were super excited to get back in the gym in front of everyone and have everyone come out and support us.
Now it's been a big week for your squad, a couple big games, even some big wins, even close to home again. Obviously Tuesday against Yankton, here inside Baltic. It just seems that in both squads, your offense has been shooting lights out. What's gone into that, like practice-wise, game plan-wise for your offense?
After Tri-Valley, I feel like our team, we were proud of our performance, but we felt we could have played a little bit better. And Brooks actually had a conversation with us, which we all thought was extremely effective. And he let us know that in practices we're going to take it harder and we're going to practice harder because when you practice hard, you play hard. So when he let us know that we're going to take practices serious and we're going to get after at practice, we started doing that. We put all the effort into at practice, and we found those results in the game, and it really helped us out. So we really appreciate that conversation with Brooks.
And obviously, defense has also kind of been playing into that, maybe off that conversation, especially even for you just tonight. Maybe only just 2 points, but 4 steals on the defensive end. Seems like your aggression on the defensive side really been turning up lately these past couple of games.
No, I really put it out to Brooks. He let me know. He's like, I want full effort from you, whether it's on defense or offense, whatever you can do for this team. And I'm going to put myself out there for my teammates. And, I feel like defense is definitely my role, and I love getting steals, being there for my teammates, whatever I can do for them. And I feel like these last 2 games I've definitely been playing to my fullest potential, putting all of my hard work out there, and I feel like the results are coming through for my team. So I'm going to keep giving it all and just keep going out there for my team.
And now you start to get back into a bit of a normal schedule again. Christmas break is over. The games are kind of more evenly spaced out. How excited are you for this more normal weekend, little Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off before your game on Tuesday?
Yeah, it's nice to get a break from the games, but we know that we have a tough schedule coming up, so we'll take this weekend and get our rest and get healthy. A lot of us are coming off with a little bit of sickness, so we're going to take the time, get healthy, and be ready to get back in the gym next week.
Well, again, Madigan Wong, congratulations on the big win, 70-35. Congrats on your success so far this season. Best of luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
And again, Madigan Wong on the halftime show of the boys game, also the post-game show of the Vermillion Tanager girls game. Again, your halftime score you can see on the bottom of your screen, 26-15. Let's get you some halftime stats here from the boys contest. First for the Baltic Bulldogs. Their offense has mainly gone through Ben Erickson, and that's been just about it. 8 points for him in the ball game, as well as a couple of rebounds, a couple steals to lead all scoring. Dylan Runestad with 3, Kellen Arts and Trevor Cooperis with 2 points each to round out their scoring. But Kellen Arts 6 rebounds for him in the contest. They scored 10 in the first, 5 in the second for their total of 15 points. For the Vermillion Tanagers, pretty spread out scoring at the top. Luke Jensen, he leads the way. He has 10. Carter Hansen with 8. Gabe Larson with 6, both from deep. And Trey Hansen with 2 to round out the scoring. 15 in the first, 11 in the second for their total of 26 points. Again, your halftime score, 26-15. As I turn it over to my broadcast partner, producer, almost cameraman, and color analyst, Spencer Buley. Spencer, it was, a bit of an interesting game, not only on our side, but also out there on the court. Back and forth really fast, 15-10 at the end of the first quarter, and then it just seemed like Baltic couldn't get anything going offensively in that second.
Yeah, Baltic, only 15 points in the half. It's not where they want to be, but on the same flip of the coin, I believe, Cole, you said Vermillion was averaging, 70? Plus
68.8 officially.
68.8 points per game. So, they're falling a little bit below their average as well. Talk about a little bit of the law of averages. They had a couple games there where they really caught fire shooting, and they're still shooting the ball very well. But, again, this is a little bit more of a low-scoring game out of both teams especially out of the Vermillion Tanagers for what we've seen recently. But very fast game. And overall, I think that the second half, both teams might want to slow this thing down a little bit. But at the same time, this is competitive. Both teams are going to want to get after it and want to score. I think we might see it. Depends on what the coaches come out with. Could slow it down, but I also wouldn't be surprised to see this thing pick right back up where it left off.
Again, 26-15, your halftime score. Let's take a look at some scores from around the state of South Dakota. Not very many scores being reported so far. Viborg Hurley leads Hanson at half, 32-27. And that is, when I say the only area score, that is the only area score being reported on SD Score Feed. Of course, you can see those at the bottom of your screen, thanks to our partnership with SD Score Feed. We're going to step aside. That was the halftime show. When we come back, it's second half action in our second half of the doubleheader between Vermillion and Baltic here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV.
Welcome back to the...
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ram back to the Vermillion Booster Club press box.
Welcome back inside the birdcage. Second half action. The Tanagers lead the Bulldogs 26-15. Bulldogs start with the ball going right to left on your screen. Quick shot up by Ben Erickson is no good. Carter Hansen with the rebound, 5 for him. For Baltic, it's all about ball control and getting some quality possessions here in the second half. For Vermillion, it's about putting that orange ball through the orange hole in the hoop and trying to score more than Baltic. Again, they're playing solid offensively, but like Jay Drake and Louis Budmeyer always say, they pride themselves on their defense. Just 15 points in the first half against just about any team, that's going to be pretty acceptable. Don't let him get hot. Kellen Arts with the turnaround and good. He's got the clear size advantage at 6'9", and now he's got 4 points, 26-17, under a minute gone.
Yeah, and I'd like to see them go to Arts a little bit more. I mean, he's had a couple of looks early on here, especially a little bit midway through that first half, where it's just so clear that he has such a big size advantage when he gets the ball in his right hand, maybe a fadeaway or just attacking the defender. There's nobody on Vermillion's team that can possibly block his shot unless he allows them, essentially. But, I mean, I'd like to see them go to him more. I think he's got a little bit of a mismatch down low that they can try and exploit.
So Kellen Arts with the foul, and now we've got blood time. As Kellen Arts got a little bit of blood somewhere, so now...
Oh, yeah, he does.
They will have 20 seconds to either wash off the blood. I don't know if he got it anywhere on his jersey. I think it's just maybe a nose.
Looks like a mouth.
Maybe a mouth bleeding a little bit. He's got 20 seconds. If they deem he's all right, he can go back into the ball game. If not, he will have to get subbed out. Again, that's something new, part of the NFHS rules, as the 20-second timer is now up. And they're going to say he's good and back to go. Chris Janich looks at him, says, that was awfully quick. Maybe just bit the lip a little bit, but since he was all right in that 20 seconds, he is good to go right back into the ball game. First free throw for Carter Hansen was good, as well as the second one. Now 10 points for Carter Hansen in the ball game. Tanagers are 4 of 4 from the free throw line, and with 6:39 to go in the third quarter, they have the 11-point lead, 28-17. Gary has it right side. Runestad on the right wing, trying to get it inside to Cooperis. Knocked away and stolen. Credit the steal to Carter Hansen, ends up in his lap. He goes coast to coast. Hands out, Jensen for three. Top of the key, got it to go. Luke Jensen, as John Fry says, off the assist to Carter Hansen. He now has 13 points in the ball game, 31-17.
Yeah, Jensen about to hit his point average. I think he comes in averaging 13.8 per game, just under 14. But as I mentioned, I mean, he's got a very nice three-pointer, and he's not one to be left open.
So 6:05 to go in the third. Ball is out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Bulldogs. Gary has it right wing. Tries getting it up to Runestad. Hard pressure there by Carter Hansen. A good, clean defense so far by him. Got that one tacky foul and been very clean ever since. Erickson, he'll drive. Kicks over. Cooperis, one step in and got it to go. 4 points now for him in the ball game. Back to a 12-point game, 31-19. 5:40 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Kellen Arts, but, I mean, Trevor Cooperis, the junior, 6'6" down low. He's got the size advantage on all the Tanagers as well. So between the two of them, Arts and Cooperis, I can't imagine that Baltic can't put some points on the board underneath here.
Hansen throws it into Hansen, who passes inside to Hansen, but Hansen was out of bounds. He did not establish himself back inbounds, according to our official. Jay Drake kind of puts his arms up, says, I don't know about that one, but and from our angle, that is a long way from here. But I'll take the official's word for it, 10 times out of 10. Cooperis hands off to Runestad, right wing, gets it inside. Now we're going to get a foul going to be called, as I believe it's going to go on Gabe Larson for trying to reach around and get that steal. See the official number. Yeah, it is going to be 32. Gabe Larson, first personal, and the first team foul. So Runestad will throw it in under the right side of the hoop as the Baltic Bulldogs see it, again going right to left in their road blue uniforms. Gary gets his pocket picked by Trey Hansen, and now a foul going to be called as both teams were going for it. Good sportsmanship there, helping everybody up. I believe it's going to go on Runestad. No, it's going to go on Cooper Gary, first personal, and the second team foul on the Bulldogs. 5:10 to play in the third quarter. Thanks for tuning in, sticking with us here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV, your home for all things Tanager athletics, all throughout the season, including going up and making the trip to Madison on Monday. Hansen drives, shot up and no good, but a foul going to be called. It's going to go on Ben Erickson, third personal foul on the body contact. And the third team foul as well on the Bulldogs. So Trey Hansen at the free throw line. 80% on the season, in and out, no good. First miss for the Tanagers from the line. Second one by Trey, in and good. 3 points for Trey Hansen here in the ball game. It is 32-19. 4:50 to play in the third quarter. Erickson up to Gary. Runestad right side with the pump fake. Now gets it back to Erickson, top of the key. Inside Arts, spins. Floater is good for Kellen Arts. 6 points for him. All inside. 32-21 the score. Baltic still hanging in this one. Jensen, top of the key for the Tanagers. Kicks out now. We're going to get a foul going to be called on Trevor Kupris, the first personal, 4th team foul. Head coach Alex Langner kind of hangs his head, says, why are we fouling all the way out there? Now 4 team fouls again for Baltic, so next one will put the Tanagers in the bonus for the remainder of the third quarter, and there's a lot of it left. Carter Hansen right side. Looks down, he's got an ISO. He'll cross back middle, pump fake, step through, lay in, good. What a play there by Carter Hansen. Now Jay Drake will take a 30-second timeout. We're going to step aside and take it with him. Back to the birdcage in 30 seconds.
In Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the birdcage. 34-21 is the score. 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Cole Larsch alongside me, Spencer Buley. Arts to Kupris. Again, Baltic going right to left. Back to Arts, baseline. Heel on the baseline, and he's out of bounds. Turnover and possession back to the Vermillion Tanagers. So a couple quick changes of possession. This third quarter gone considerably slower than the first two. I'd say about to this point, it seems like the first 2 quarters took about this time.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, Cole. I mean, I think that was something that I was looking for a little bit. I figured this game was going to slow down at some point. Just, once again, law of averages. If the first half goes that fast, second half, not sure it's going to go that way. And biggest difference is we're seeing a lot of fouls as well, which not sure if that's maybe just a lack of focus or if maybe it's more of a turning the aggressiveness up, which very well could be the case. Is, first half a track meet, but, yeah, this one significantly more slower, and I think a lot of it's due to increased aggressiveness is what I'd call it, Cole.
Both free throws are good for Trey Hansen. Now 5 points for him in the ball game. 36-21 again. Tanagers now in the bonus for the remainder of the second quarter. Runestad, quick 3. That one's off the mark, no good. Trey Hansen with his 4th rebound. Kicks ahead to Carter, left wing. Surveys. Over to Trey, right side. He'll jab and drive in, blocked away by Ben Erickson, but it will stay with the Tanagers. Preister comes in, and Larson goes out for Vermillion. Again, Baltic comes in 4-3 on the season, 41 points a game. They allow 48. Vermillion 5-1 on the season. They score 69 points a game. They allow 47. And now we're going to get a shot clock reset as the ball did not hit the rim. Chris Janish talking down there with Bill Settles, Jody Zeller, Tom Heisinger. Man running the scoreboard, his name just left my mind, as well as John Fry, our PA announcer. Kurt Seibel running the scoreboard here tonight. 3 ball off the mark, going to miss everything. Offensive rebound to Kupris, but a rebounding foul going to be called on the Vermillion Tanagers. First personal on Carson Preister and the second team foul, and now Blanchette will check in. Cerny will check off. So Baltic going with a mainly same starting five that we've seen all game. Benjamin Berg checked in for a couple minutes there in that first half. Vermillion in their patented 7-man rotation. Drive in. We're going to get a blocking foul going to be called on Luke Jensen. 2 free throws upcoming. First personal and the third team foul. So, yeah, as you said, Spencer, so far in this third quarter, we've seen 8 fouls called. In the first half, we saw 4.
Yeah, that's the difference. I mean, this is playing, I would say, to the advantage of Baltic as well, as, you know, Vermillion was the one that came out in the first half, really controlled the game, especially on the fast breaks. You know, the Tanagers, they're not afraid to full court press by any means and really stretch the floor.
Both free throws are good by Ben Erickson. He now has 10 points the ball game. He is 3 for 3 from the line. And I think I found out why this second half is going so slow, because somebody, a.k.a. Spencer Buley, said the first half went very quickly.
Hey, you tossed it to me with that.
Classic announcer's jinx. How about that one? Trey Hansen with a good move. Up and under is good. 15-point ball game again for the Tanagers, 38-23. Inside, Runestad shot up and no good. Offensive rebound to Cooperis. Gary now has, again, fresh shot clock for Baltic, but they did not move much or use much of that first shot clock they had. Cooperis to Gary. Back in the corner, now Arts, right wing. He'll try to make a move. Back to Cooperis at the elbow. Couple dribbles. Now he's stuck. He spins. He shoots. Too strong off the mark. Rebound controlled by Ben Erickson. Fakes a behind-the-back pass on to Cooperis. Now to Arts, left block, kicks out. Runestad for 3, off the rim, no. Blanchette finally gets the rebound for the Tanagers. Under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Jensen drives, and now we're going to get a foul called on the drive, so Jensen will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Second personal on Arts, the 7th team foul, or excuse me, I can't count. 6th team foul if we were counting still the old-fashioned way. Jensen at the free throw line. First one's good. Now 14 points for Jensen. He leads all scoring in the ball game. Second one is good. It will rattle in there for Luke Jensen. 15 points. Tanagers now 9 of 10 from the free throw line. They are 8 of 8 here in this. Nope, 8 of. I'll get to that math later. Ben Erickson with the shot up and good for Baltic. Now 12 points for him. Again, Spencer, been one of those days. Now I can't do math and I can't read my own handwriting. 1:25 to play in the third quarter. Carter Hansen left side, drives baseline, kicks over Jensen right wing. He'll settle for a 3, got it to go. Jensen for 3. Now 18 points for him in the ball game. Ball is loose. Now we're going to get, before the ball was loose, timeout called by head coach Alex Lagner. It'll be a 30. We'll take it with him back to the World's, not to the World's, only back to the Birdcage in 30.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the Birdcage. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Spencer Buley. Spencer and I were just discussing in the break. Riley Leonard currently in the concussion protocol, maybe for Notre Dame, as I don't know if he's back out there or not, but I was saying that after my inability to read my own handwriting or do some basic math, I might be in the concussion protocol after this game as well. Carter Hansen with the steal. He'll try to go coast to coast. Kicks out Cerny. 15 seconds separate shot clock and game clock. Jensen, 3-ball blocked away by Arts. First block for the 6'9 forward. 7 seconds separate shot clock and game clock. And I don't know how that shot just went in for Ben Erickson. But now he's got 14 points, and now the shot clock is off here in the third quarter, 43-27.
I've been really impressed with Erickson. Earlier he was working on Spencer Blanchette. A couple of one-on-one situations, was able to get past Blanchette both times. And, I mean, it didn't matter. They subbed out Blanchette, put some new guys on him, and he's right back to work.
Foul going to be called on Dylan Runestad with the hand check. First personal. 7th team if we were counting the old-fashioned way, but it's capped at 5, and Carter Hansen will automatically shoot 2 free throws. First one off the mark, no. Tanagers are now 7 of 9 from the free throw line here in this quarter. As Chris Janish and Alex Langner talking about some calls back here towards their bench. Now 7 of 10 in the third quarter. All the Tanagers from the free throw line. Drive in, lay in, no by Dylan Runestad after he got the rebound coast to coast, and he is fouled and will go to the free throw line, and we're shooting more free throws.
We're seeing the players take advantage of it too. I mean, it's getting – that was clear foul. You know, the hand check just in front of half court, hard to say, a little bit tough from our angle to tell, but it's getting a little ticky-tacky, and I think that players are picking up on that, and I'm sure that both coaches in the huddles are telling them, hey, attack the hoop, because right now these refs are ready to blow the whistle.
First free throw is no good. Second one also no good for Dylan Runestad. Came in a 53% free throw shooter on the season. On the rebound, a jump ball and possession to the Vermillion Tanagers, as they will shoot one final shot with 5.6 to go as Trey Hansen comes in. Carson Preister comes out. Full court pressure here applied by Baltic. They get into Trey. Trey with 4, with 3. He drives, kicks out. 3-ball off the mark and no good by Jensen, and that is how the third quarter will end. 43-27 your score after 3 quarters of play. We're going to step aside. Back with the fourth quarter in a minute. You're watching Tanager basketball.
Forming today. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the Birdcage. Fourth quarter action, 43-27 your score. The Tanagers lead the Baltic Bulldogs here in front of their home crowd for the first time in almost a month. As that pass tipped around and out of bounds, possession will stay with Baltic. Again, they're going right to left in their away blue uniforms. Some snazzy uniforms they got through the Baltic Bulldogs. Erickson has it at the volleyball 10-foot line. Turns free throw line, trying to look inside. Now a kick back out. Gary to Erickson. He's got it back 10 on the shot clock for the Bulldogs. They're trying to look inside to Arts. Erickson, now they get it into Arts. Lay-in is good. That's why they're trying to look to the big man. He's got 8 points, 6 rebounds in the ball game so far. Back to a 14-point game, 43-29.
Yeah, I think for Baltic, it's time to start ripping that out. I mean, it's time to hit Arts and just let him go to work.
Jensen, Larson, Carter Hansen in the corner. Tries passes in inside to Gabe Larson. They're going to say out of bounds. Last touched by Trevor Cooperis. 'S. Possession will stay with the Tanagers. 7 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Jay Drake calling out an offensive set. A blob play. Baseline out of bounds. 12 in the shot clock. Jensen kicks out to Trey Hansen. Pump fake to 3 now with 8. He'll pull it from 16. Off back iron, no. Rebound controlled by Runestad, his 6th for Baltic. Arts brings it across to Erickson left side. Now into Arts. Couple dribbles. He spins back middle, has it poked away. Ball is in the air and controlled by Cooperis. Now in the corner. Gary for 3. Got it. Left corner 3. Cooper Gary. First 3 points for him in the ball game, and back down to an 11-point game. 43-32. Trey Hansen behind the back. Pull up, going to be short, no good. Rebound controlled by Carter Hansen. That's stolen away by Ben Erickson. Third steal for him. Erickson to Runestad. Runestad tries going inside, and now a foul going to be called on the Vermillion Tanagers. And Jay Drake will take a timeout, I can tell, because he's walking all the way out to the free throw line. Second personal foul on Gabe Larson. 30-second timeout by Jay Drake. We'll take it with him back to the birdcage in 30 seconds.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the birdcage. 43-32 your score. 6:14 to play here in the fourth quarter. I'm Cole Larsch alongside me, Spencer Buley. Again, we appreciate you sticking with us. Second half of the doubleheader, as well as not having a camera there in that first quarter. The huddle camera kicked on at 8. The game started at 7:45. Lay-in by Gary is off the mark. Rebound will be chased down and controlled by Landon Cerny. He's been quiet tonight. Just 3 rebounds for him so far. Carter Hansen right side. Little 5-out set right now for the Tanagers. Looking around now to Trey. He's got an ISO right side. He'll pull up for 3. Got it, Trey Hansen. Hand down, man down. Now he's in double figures, 10 points. Back up to a 14-point ball game, 46-32.
Yeah, that's why Vermillion can run the 5-out, because they have guys like Trey Hansen, Luke Jensen shown it all game. I mean, they have anybody at any given time who, as you say, hand down, man down, can knock it down even if they're under pressure.
Gary drives. Fadeaway floater is good for Cooper Gary. 5 points for him. All in this fourth quarter. Back to a 12-point game, 46-34. Trey Hansen from the left side. Why not? No good. Gary with the rebound. At half court, he gets plowed over. No whistle. Ball is loose. Trey Hansen to Jensen. Jensen guarded by Arts. Up and under, no, and they're going to say Jensen drug his back foot and a travel going to be called. From what I can tell in this angle, seemed to be a decent call from where we were sitting. Obviously, they got a better angle down there.
Yeah, lots of feet there. Hard to tell. I mean, when with so much hesitation from Jensen, I feel like at some point a referee's it's kind of waiting on it, because that's generally when a travel is more likely to occur. So can't really argue with that one.
Step back 3, Erickson off the mark, and no. Again, he's a high-volume shooter for this Baltic squad, not afraid to pull up from anywhere. This is also a Baltic Bulldog squad. Senior-less. Their 5 starters are all juniors. Erickson inside. Count the bucket and the foul for number 3, Ben Erickson. Luke Jensen's second personal and the second team foul. And Erickson at the free throw line. 71% free throw shooter so far this season. He is 3 for 3 tonight. First one's good. The only one's good. 17 points now for him. They have cracked a double-digit deficit, have the Baltic Bulldogs. 37-46, 9-point game. Trey Hansen, right wing. Jay Drake saying move the ball. As they do, they swing it in the corner. Jensen now to Carter Hansen. He'll drive middle, lost it, stolen away by Cooper Gary. First steal for him. Gary crosses half court. Now he loses it. He's back in the corner. Now gets it over to Cooperis at the Tanager logo. Handoff Runestad. Erickson kicks out. Runestad, left wing three, got it. 6 points now for Dylan Runestad. 6-point ball game. Jay Drake with a timeout. It'll be a 60-second timeout. We're going to step aside, take it with him. Baltic within 6 with 3:30 to play. Back to the birdcage in 60 seconds.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like
Welcome
tanagers.
back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the birdcage. 46-40 your score, 3:20 to play. Tanagers have the ball out of the Jay Drake timeout. He has 2 remaining. Baltic has 3. Tanagers with 2 fouls, Baltic with 0 so far in the fourth. Trey Hansen kicks out. Larson for 3, got it to go. Gabe Larson, the hot hand for the first quarter. He gets it back going, and we're back to a 9-point ball game. 49-40 your score, 3 minutes to go. Kupris kicks out Erickson. Erickson picks up his dribble left wing. Looking around now to Runestad. Runestad to Gary. Gary, Erickson left wing 3, blocked partially by Trey Hansen. Now they get it up to Trey, 2:40 to play. He'll try to back things out, slow things down. He's got an ISO. Right wing, now crossover middle. Gathers, lay in, underhand, off the glass. Good for 2, Trey Hansen. 12 points now for him in the ball game, back up to an 11-point game, so you could say a successful timeout for Jay Drake as they're on a 5-0 scoring run. Make that 5-2 as Dylan Runestad gets the rattle in. 30-second timeout called by head coach Alex Langner. We'll take it with him back to the birdcage in 30 seconds.
Great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the Tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the birdcage, 51-42, as it may have been a 60-second timeout that they changed it to because that's all that head coach Alex Langner had. But with 2:20 to play, it is now a, once again, 9-point ball game. Take a look at some scores quickly from around the state of South Dakota. Mount Vernon, Plankton, and Tri-Valley tied at 15 at the half. Viborg Hurley leads Hanson 65-58. That game just about final. Del Rapids leads Canton 31-15 at the half. And those are the only other area scores being reported on SD's score feed. Trey Hansen navigates the pressure and gets it across half court. He now has it at the Tanager logo at the midcourt stripe. Tanagers looking content. Trying to slow things down, wind some clock off, want some time off this clock. Carter Hansen now with 2 minutes to go, 15 on the shot clock. Trey, step back, 3, No. Hustle rebound. Landon Cerny will come up with it for the Vermillion Tanagers. They'll slow things down. Every coach on the bench, Jay Drake, Lewis Budmeyer, John Ruvers, even Connor Rohrig saying, let's pull it out, slow things down. 100 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Carter Hansen drives in, tries going up and under, and he's going to be fouled, and they're going to say a shooting foul. Trevor Cooper's first personal, first team foul. Carter Hansen at the free throw line, 12 points here tonight. He's 2 for 2 from the line. Make that 3 for 3. 13 points, again, pretty even scoring at the top. Luke Jensen with 18, Carter Hansen 13, Trey Hansen 12, Gabe Larson with 9. Second one also good, 14 points now for Carter Hansen. Tanagers are 11 of 14 from the free throw line with 90 seconds to play. Gary has it in the corner for the Bulldogs. They're looking around. Inside Kupris, and it's tipped around, stolen away by Gabe Larson. Tanagers, they say, get it across and hold it. Ball tipped out of bounds by Erickson. They're going to say possession will stay with the Tanagers. Both head coach Alex Langner and a passionate fan here in the crowd both thought it should have been Bulldog basketball. Foul going to be called. And it's going to go on Gary, second personal, and the second team foul. Again, just the second team, so got a couple fouls to give to the Baltic Bulldogs before the Tanagers will be shooting free throws. Trey Hansen has it now in the backcourt. He will slowly dribble it up. 65 ticks to go in the fourth quarter. Trey to Carter. Carter now he backs it back up to half court. Carter, and now a foul going to be called on Kellen Arts, third personal and the third team foul. So still 2 more to give before the bonus takes into effect. And Tanagers appear very content with just dribbling things out once they get it across their side of the court. Carter Hansen now, they're going to give a foul quickly. That's going to go on Runestad, second personal, and the fourth team foul. So the next one will result in Tanager free throws. Cerny to throw it in right in front of Bill Settles there on the scorer's table, and now a loose ball foul going to go on, I believe, Arts, or Erickson is going to go on Arts. Fourth personal, and now Luke Jensen to the free throw line. He will shoot 2 free throws. First one up and good. 19 points in the ball game now for Luke Jensen, the sophomore. Second one also good. 20 bomb for Mr. Jensen. 13-point ball game, 50 seconds to go. Runestad drives, count the bucket and the foul for Dylan Runestad. Now 10 points for him in the ball game. Jensen third personal and the third team foul. Jay Drake kind of looks around, hands in pockets. You can never see him standing or sitting still there on that sideline, but just saying, why in the world are we fouling up this many points? Free throw is good by Runestad now. Subs will come in. Ben Berg, the 5'6" freshman, the only substitute of the game so far for the Baltic Bulldogs, and he will come in, and Erickson will get his fourth foul. Trey Hansen will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out what the sub situation here was. When they checked in Benjamin Berg, I think they're going to bring him out immediately. I guess they checked him in to maybe see if he could come up with a steal. Maybe he's an extra quick guy, but pretty immediate sub in and then sub out. And he'll stay right on the end of the bench there, but I was also intrigued. We had some Baltic fans not happy with the refereeing, and they were letting them know there for a little bit. Referees kind of turned and explained their case a little bit, and I was quite invested in that, Cole, so apologies for my lack of color commentary for the last little bit.
Not a problem. 37.1, 60-second timeout by Baltic. We'll take it with them back to the birdcage in 60 seconds.
Never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregate, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the birdcage. 55-47. Cerny gets it in, and now the Bulldogs will give a foul. They're down 8 points, so still fighting to survive. Gary's third personal. Again, very fast moving first half. Only 4 combined fouls called. Now, here in just the second half, that's right, it is at Hard Rock in Miami. My apologies about that. "21 fouls called in the second half so far. And they're going to give another one. As Cerny made his second free throw. Tanager's now 14 of 19 from the free throw line. Gary's fourth personal. So again, things really slowed down. And it's only 9 o'clock. That's how far ahead we are running here inside the birdcage.
Yeah, it was about a 15-minute start early, I believe.
I believe right about there, because it was scheduled for 8 and we started at 7:45. Gabe Larson now in double figures. He has 10 points on the night, 6 in the first, 4 in the second. For him, 10-point game. Now an 11-point game. 58-47. Lundstad to Gary. Arts swings it around Erickson. They got to get a shot up. Now he will. Left side, no. Carter Hansen with the rebound, and now they're going to give another foul up 11. Or, excuse me, down 11.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was the coaching call there. I think that was just a player decision. Not quite understanding the circumstance there, but I don't think that Alex Slanger was wanting that foul.
Intentional foul is the call. So Carter Hansen to the free throw line, now 15 points for him. The fourth personal on Cooperis, so Tanagers will shoot 2 uncontested free throws and will get possession back. Second one's off the mark. 17 of 23. And they'll get it back at right across from where it happened. So here we go again. 12-point game, 13 seconds. Trey Hansen over to Cerny. Cerny will get across and to Jensen, and that it appears how the ball game will end. Your final score from inside the birdcage: the Vermillion Tanagers 59, the Baltic Bulldogs 47. Baltic will fall to 4-4 on their season. Vermillion Tanagers will move to 6-1 on their young season. We're going to step aside when we come back. Post-game stats and analysis, as well as potentially a couple interviews. That's on the way next. You're watching Tanager Basketball, Vermillion Tanager Live Ticket TV.
Individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Attention producers, the new year is upon us, and that means it's time to update your display and controller software, which is crucial for optimizing performance and profits. Contact the professionals at Grossenberg Implement today so you can make the most of the enhanced features and farming tools that are currently available. Optimize your efficiency, productivity, and connectivity options with a software update at Grossenberg Implement. Visit one of our 9 locations or go to grossenberg.com for more information. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the birdcage. Final score in this one, the boys contest, 59-47. In favor of the Vermillion Tanagers, let's get you the final numbers here inside this one. First for the Baltic Bulldogs, they were led in scoring by Ben Erickson, 17 points. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and a block for him in the ball game. Next scorer was Dylan Runestad, 13 points, 10 of them in that fourth quarter, 6 rebounds, and an assist for him. Kellen Arts with 8 points, 7 rebounds for him. Trevor Cooperis, 4 points, 4 rebounds, and Cooper Gary, 5 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal. In the ballgame for the Baltic Bulldogs, they scored 10 in the first, 5 in the second, 12 in the third, and 20 in the fourth quarter for their total of 47 points. They shot 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Again, they will fall to 4-4 on their season. For the Vermillion Tanagers, 59 points. Their leading scorer was Luke Jensen, 20 points and a rebound for him. Carter Hansen, 15 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, 3 steals. Trey Hansen with 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. 2 steals and 2 blocks. Gabe Larson with 11 and 2 rebounds. Landon Cerny with a free throw and 4 rebounds for him. Spencer Blanchette with 2 rebounds, and Carson Preister with a rebound in the ball game. For Vermillion, they shot 17 of 23 from the free throw line in the ball game. They shot 15 of 21 in the second half. Fun fact for you there. They score 15 in the first, 11 in the second, 17 in the third, and 16 in the fourth quarter for their total of 59 points. Again, your final score, 59-47. As I turn it over to my broadcast partner, Spencer Buley. Spencer, was, for lack of better terms, a dogfight there early in the game. It was really close. Both the offenses started to struggle a little bit. Both defenses came out swinging. But Vermillion eventually able to get it back up to about 20 or so, then lost the lead for a moment, but still a solid win overall for the Tanagers.
Yeah, great win. I mean, it comes after, you talk about a dogfight. I mean, it comes right after the Tanagers barely outlasted Yankton just earlier. So it's been a tough week for the Tanagers. I mean, it's a 12-point game, but at the same time, it did feel like it was kind of coming down to the wire with it getting back within 6 there. After some big shots from Baltic. Got to give a lot of credit to them where it's due. They shot the ball well. They came out and played really hard when it counted, and were able to make this thing really close. As for Vermillion, I mean, you said it, Cole, heck of a game. It was a dogfight. That's back-to-back dogfights that they've outlasted, and credit to them. I mean, they maybe, if you're Jay Drake, you maybe want to see the Tanagers kind of start to close out games a little bit better, not let people back into it, whether it be fouls, turnovers, whatever it may be, poor shooting. But, I mean, overall, a great win for the Tanagers.
And your final score in this one helps if I turn my microphone up. 59-47 on the boys' side. On the girls' side, it was 70-35, all-around dominance by the Tanager girls.
Oh yeah, I mean you can't say enough about you can't say enough about the Tanager girls right now, and it's also been the dead opposite as far as the way the week went for the Tanagers boys teams and girls teams. 2 dogfights on the boys' side, but girls, I mean, back-to-back massive wins. So they've been fun to watch right now. I mean, I know they're number 2 in Class A. Haven't been following the media polls as well as I should have, but I'd be interested to see, if anything may change up there. Maybe doubtful, but overall it's been a heck of a week for the girls team as well.
And that, my friend, was Spencer Buley, and now let's get you into your post-game interviews. First with Gabe Larson, the hot hand there in that first quarter. And now I turn it over to him. Again, our post-game interview with big number 32, Gabe Larson. It was a rough start maybe offensively for you and your squad, but you were the hot hand, quick 9 points there in that first quarter. Before we even get to that, though, it was almost a month since you last played here in your home court inside the Birdcage. How excited were you and your squad to get back out here?
Yeah, it's nice to get back, get a nice home win in. It's great. Team chemistry was going good there. We learned from that West Central game on the offensive end. We just need to get better on that defensive end there at the end.
Yeah, talk about that. Overall 59-47 win. Very balanced scoring on the offensive side of things. Like you said, in that first half, it just seemed like a defensive dogfight. I mean, neither team could really break through on that offensive end. I mean, defensively, what were they really doing just kind of make you guys struggle on the offensive side?
We were shooting way too many threes at the start. Once we started getting in the paint, we started doing a little bit better offensively.
And then on the defensive side, you guys were doing a really good job holding the Baltic Bulldogs again. You guys were at a size disadvantage, 6'9", 6'6" underneath. It seemed like they couldn't get anything going inside either.
Yeah, we did a good job on our post play tonight.
Now you kind of move into the second half. Third quarter opens up a little bit. 17-12 was that third quarter score, and you guys started to get up big. Fourth quarter, you start to get up big a little bit there. Then all of a sudden it's down to 6 points. Jay Drake takes that timeout. What's he telling you guys in that timeout?
He's telling us we got to lock down defensively and finish the game. We can't let happen what happened at West Central.
Again, the win 59-47 ended up coming in clutch from the free throw line. 17 of 23 from the free throw line really got you guys that big win. And you move to 6-1 on the season. How excited are you to have more of a normal weekend? You play on Thursday, a couple practices Friday, Saturday maybe, and then Monday, and then you play again on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's nice to get a little bit of a rest before the next game and then get right back to it.
Well, thanks for joining us here, Gabe, on the post-game show. Congratulations on the win tonight, and best of luck the rest of the season, especially Tuesday in Madison.
Yep, thank you.
There he is on the post-game show, Gabe Larson, and now man who I've been told likes to talk a lot. I don't know what you guys are talking about back there, but a little bit of laughs going on behind us. Assistant coach Lewis Budmeyer. He come in 59-47 win. I was talking with Spencer a little bit before you guys got up here. Bit of a struggle on both sides of the ball. Maybe not as much on the defensive side, but both teams seemed to struggle in that first half.
Yeah, it sure was. We kind of had some fool's gold early on in the game. We came out, and Gabe hit 2 threes right away in the game, and then we kind of just we settled for three-pointers that are just not good shots. We all know that we can shoot the basketball, but it's the quality of the look, and we just weren't taking very good ones, like 25 seconds still on the shot clock, and we're hoisting up threes. So it's kind of a tough thing as a coach. Obviously, we want to come out hot early on, but it's just human nature. You hit a couple, man, I'm putting them right back up. And it just we were taking too bad of shots. But defensively, the first half, we were phenomenal on the defensive end. To hold a team like that's really athletic. We answered the bell with the bigs tonight, which was a huge improvement from what we just saw in Yankton. So we did a good job with that. And then, we just finally kind of settled in on offense. We kind of got on them a little bit at halftime to just move the basketball. And the kids responded second half, got in the paint, shot some more free throws. They only had 4 attempts in the first half. And that's a sure sign of shooting too many threes and just playing on the perimeter. So the kids responded, and overall, we just found a way to get the job done.
Let's say defensively, you guys always preach. You preach on your defense. It all starts with the defense. Probably a pretty common size disadvantage on the inside with 6'9" and 6'6" inside. What were you guys able to do, especially on that defensive side, really stop them from taking anything inside? It seemed like they were settling for a lot of threes.
Yeah, well, you're absolutely right. We always pride ourselves in the defensive end. One thing, we did a great job guarding the post, and we always teach the kids there's 3 phases to guarding the post. It starts with ball pressure, front, and backside. And for a majority of the game, we had all 3 of those phases working together. Then you'd see one time we'd have enough ball pressure, and then they get a lob over the top, and then they get a layup. But when we have all 3 of those things working together, we always preach team. Everything we do is with the team. So it's team defense, team offense. And the guys showed up big time on the defensive end. I'm proud of them for that end. Offensively, we're kind of stuck in the mud at times. But overall, huge compliments to that's going to be a dang good basketball team in the coming years. All juniors that they're playing. They're very athletic. They're super long. How many teams in South Dakota can say they can roll out a 6'9" and a 6'6" guy on the floor with that much length? So, and they got athletic guards. They got a good build. They're well coached. You could tell they're well disciplined. So they got some good things going up in Baltic.
Again, you got up to a big lead there in the late in that second half, late third quarter, early fourth quarter. Then just like that, all of a sudden we look up. It's a 6-point ball game. I believe 46-40 was that score. Jay Drake, patented quick timeout, walks out to the free throw line. What was that message there at the free throw line?
Kind of just going to regroup. As Gabe probably said, just lock in defensively. I think that's what I heard him say. Most of the time, that's kind of what our timeout are. We just got to get back to who we are, and who we are is guarding people. But that's kind of the flow of the whole game was. Like, we felt like we dominated that first quarter, and we look up, and it's a lot tighter than you think. Then we feel like we kind of dominated in that first half a little bit, and we look up, and it's just closer. We're giving them life. We let them hang around. Didn't finish quarters very well. I thought we started quarters well tonight, so the first 3 minutes, but the last 3 minutes, and especially in the third and the fourth quarter, we didn't finish very well, and that's what keeps a good team hanging around. And luckily this time it didn't bite us in the butt. Almost had a little deja vu going on with West Central. It's crazy. I can't wait to watch the film of the exact scenarios that happened, because they cut it to 6 in the West Central game, and I think we had the basketball with 2:40 left, and today we had it with 2:30 left. We hit a 3, we go up 9, we get an offensive rebound. This time we pull it out, move it around against West Central, we jacked another 3 up. So it was crazy the parallels between those 2 games, but it was a huge compliment to the guys. They learned from the first time, and they fixed it. Now we just got to finish how we defended to end the game. You can't give up straight line drive layups, and especially worst case scenarios and ones in that situation. But overall, no matter the highs and the lows, the kids played hard. We got the job done, and we got that bad taste of the West Central out from in our gym. So good job to the kids.
59-47 again, your final score. That lone loss to West Central, now 6-1 on the season. How does it feel?
Feels really good. We've kind of just been gearing up. We feel like we have a good basketball team, if we do things the right way, we feel we're pretty skilled and we can match up against anybody. But basketball, the margins of high school sports is so small. And we saw, going back to that, I know it's hard, we should move on and flush that West Central game, but the small margins of that one turned that one from a win to a loss where we could be a 7-0 team. But the kids just keep attacking with a 1-0 mentality every game. Super proud of them for that. Now we got a huge week next week. We got 2 DAC 12 teams, got Madison, and then a big-time game with Lennox coming up. So our goal is to go 1-0 on Tuesday and then go compete with Lennox.
Well, Coach, congrats on the big win. I'll let you go. As we can see, we got a big fourth quarter coming up in the college football game, so I'll let you go again. Congratulations on the win. Best of luck Tuesday and Thursday next week.
Thanks, Cole. Go Irish.
Again, Assistant Coach Lewis Budmeyer, he says, go Irish at the end. Heath Nimke would be proud of that comment there. He's, I'm sure, intently watching onto that one again. The girls got the win, 70-35. Boys with the win, 59-47. Spencer Buley one final time. Pretty good doubleheader here inside the birdcage for, like I said a couple times, for like the first time in a month.
Yeah, I mean, all we could ask for. A couple of great ball games, great boys game here, great girls game as well. I mean, as I guess as Tanager broadcasters, happy to see a big win for the girls. It may not be the most exciting game when that happens, but, the boys made up for it. So,
as I said, Assistant Coach Lewis Budmeyer, we got a pretty entertaining game of fourth quarter of college football here, so let's get this thing packed up and let's go watch the fourth quarter, shall we?
Let's do it.
Again, for Spencer Buley, I'm Cole Larsch. Thanks for tuning in. Our next action will be Tuesday doubleheader at Madison right here on Vermillion Tanagers Live. Until then, have yourself a wonderful weekend, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but go Irish.